Hey guys, welcome to the stream. If you're new, my name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And of course, President Trump posted this map that I'm showing you guys on the screen right now. President Trump posted this map on Truth Social yesterday, and it's the county by county red and blue map. And you can see, I mean, what percentage of the landmass of the United States is Republican with these county by county maps? It leaves out Alaska and Hawaii, but I mean, that's amazing. It does not get better than that. I love it. If you guys watch on the vertical live stream that goes like this, the other channels where I show the videos and the articles and everything else. 1, 2, test 1, 2. All right, we are good to go.
Some great news. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you can get a doorbell camera. The first 40 true OB listeners who call 833-283-5050 will get this limited time offer of a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your smartphone with installation of your Sloman Shield. And that's not all. Sloman will give you
I'm going to start with the birthright citizenship. Well, who cares about that? We won now. Trump's back down. You guys, let me know in the chat your thoughts on this. But I said years ago, in these last few years, I said we're gonna find that Trump having 2 non-consecutive terms is going to be better than the back-to-back terms, and I stick with that. This is going to be so much better. Look at all this kick butt stuff he's doing already, right? Look at Adams in New York. He's cutting off the illegals from their debit cards. Their retirement is over. Be prepared to be deported. He's already making super big moves. I love that red and blue county map. The county map's my favorite. It really puts things in perspective. Here we go.
Since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with
All right, welcome everyone. My name is Brian Craig. This is the first Friday of President-elect President Trump's second term. It's absolutely amazing. Doesn't it feel great? Oh man, is he not doing a lot of kick butt stuff today? I'm having a big celebration today. When I get off the air today, I'm probably not supposed to tell people this, but I don't care. I'm so excited. When I get off the air today, I'm heading to the port with Ian, our travel agent that handles our MAGA cruises, and we're taking a tour of the ship we're going on in March, and they have an executive from the cruise line come, and they wine and dine us, so we're going to have like a gourmet lunch and cocktails and wine and conversations and celebrations on a ship today in port that's preparing to head out to the ocean. Unfortunately, it's going to leave without us. We got to get off before they leave, but we're going to have a big party today. It's going to be a MAGA party. I'm very excited. We've got a lot to cover on the program today. If you have not noticed, President Trump he's basically running America already. Joe Biden looked so excited when he came out yesterday and said President-elect Trump. Joe Biden is so excited that Kamala Harris lost, isn't he? It's really amazing. He is so excited. He cannot wait for President Trump to come back to the White House and high-five him for his great victory over Willie Brown's girlfriend. But President Trump is already making a lot of very bold moves. Yeah, it came out yesterday that he is going to end birthright citizenship. You heard me right. He's going to end the anchor baby problem that we have in this country, which is one of the magnets that brings so many illegals here. If they're not pregnant, they get pregnant and have a baby as soon as possible to get that citizenship for the baby and get themselves anchored to the United States. He's going to end that. I don't know. Are there other countries in the world that make someone a citizen just because they're born there? Like if I went to Canada over the weekend, my wife gives birth in Canada, is my child a Canadian? I don't think so. Now, you may be able to go through some hoops to apply to become a citizen, but are they automatically granted citizenship? And what about France? Right? If you're over in France and your wife has a baby, you're just there for a week. Are they a citizen of France? I don't think it works that way. It's only the United States, because we have politicians that are sellouts. And, you know, this ending birthright citizenship, this is a beautiful thing. It's got to happen. You know, yesterday, I want to clarify something I talked about yesterday. Oh, by the way, today's Friday. That means open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. And on Open MAGA Mike Friday, you're welcome to call in about anything on your mind. You're not limited to the topics that we bring up, okay? So anything you have on your mind on Open MAGA Mike Friday is fair game. Our number is toll-free, no matter where you're listening, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. But the bold moves that President Trump is making are just spectacular, and they couldn't come soon enough. And I told you guys when things settled last time, right? I've been telling you guys for almost 4 years that we're going to find that Trump having 2 non-consecutive terms is going to be better than him having the 2 terms back to back. And you can see that already. He's coming in not just with a mandate. He has the majority vote around him, behind him. And he's had these 4 years off. Well, I wouldn't say off, because he's been campaigning and then battling their lawfare crap. But he and his team have had these 4 years to organize and be prepared for what is coming. This ending birthright citizenship is spectacular. There's some rumors that the head of the CIA will be Kash Patel. I don't know, but I saw that this morning. I'd be all for that. Would you guys like that? I'd like that a lot. But I want to clarify something I talked about yesterday, because I did hear from a lot of people in the DMs on this. I talked about how I don't want to spend much time on these leftists. I know a lot of people in what like me, I call MAGA media. I like that, MAGA media. Like to talk about the Coven of the View and Joyless Reed and Rachel Maddow and all that stuff. And I think it's time to move beyond that. Now, that's not to say that I won't play sound bites from these people and talk about what they said or what's going on. I may even do some of that today. But what I meant by that was this. Things have changed. They've changed bigly, all right? Big time. Big time, bigly changes. What we've been doing the last 4 years, okay, is this. We've had the Democrats and their allies in the deep state fake news legacy media spreading god-awful lies and slanders about President Trump, okay? And, yeah, exactly. And so what we've had to do for the last 4 years is clarify the real Trump and the truth, not what they've been promoting, because we had an election coming up, and it's very important that we get our favorite president back in office. We've accomplished that now. So we don't need to respond or clarify the lies, the slanders, the myths, truths, the slime that comes from Joy Reid. Oh, I hit the big time. Do you guys know, you're going to like this, Mike. Do you know who blocked me on X yesterday? I feel like I've arrived. Sunny Hostin from The View blocked me on X yesterday. Isn't that nice? Which means that she knows who I am. So, yeah, we've gotten to another level. Blocked by Sunny Hostin on The View. She blocked me yesterday. I couldn't believe it. My wife is my social media manager, right? And it happened, and she's like, Brian, you're not gonna believe who blocked you. I said, who? She said, Sunny Hostin. I said, Sunny Hostin. She said, from The View. I said, awesome. What a badge of honor that is. I know, isn't it nice? They know who I am. I wonder if I can get her to get an autograph of Whoopi on a Guinan photo. I don't know. But anyway, isn't that nice? Oh man, that's so awesome. I really do. That's really awesome. But anyway, it's not for, we may talk about, when I say we, I mean people in MAGA media may talk and play sound bites of these people, but there's no longer a need for us to defend Trump against Rachel Maddow or Sunny Hostin or Joy Reid or any of these other idiots, okay? Just because we might have a good laugh, we don't need to clarify or anything with any of the lies that come from them anymore. They can respond to us. And that's what I meant to say yesterday. I don't know if I said it quite like that. I've been very excited this week, as I know you guys have been too. So we're going to take our first break. When we get back, I'll get into the news stories of the day. We will take calls, and it is Friday, which means open phones, open MAGA Mike Friday. Our number toll-free, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. My name's Brian Craig, blocked by Sunny Hostin from The View. You know, one time I got blocked I got blocked by, she's no longer on Fox. She was that Greek girl. She was on Outnumbered in the 5. She had a Greek name. She blocked me during a commercial break on Fox and Friends and came back and referenced me. Not by name, but she referenced what I had said. I thought it was awesome. I made some comment. Her boyfriend had directed a porn movie, and she had said something. I can't remember what she said about Trump I didn't like, and I pointed that out. We'll take our break. My name's Brian. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey, it's Shannon on the radio with a quick reminder that if you like music out of Stones, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, the Four Seasons, and all those big hits from Motown, this morning, right after 10 a.m.
Yeah, getting blocked by Sunny Hostin, that's exciting.
Right here on South Florida's True Oldies Channel.
So I'll show you guys. See? Look at that. Sunny has blocked you. It says, see that? That's right. Oh, let me make it smaller so you can see it. There you go. See? Sunny has blocked you. That's her account. Isn't that awesome? What a badge of honor. I'm so excited. I love it. Yes. It is an honor. Yeah, I made it, man. I made it. I gotta get a raise. If I'm on the radar of The View to get blocked, I think I should make more money. What do you guys think? Yeah. That's hilarious. Oh.
Brian Craig here. Our 6th annual cruise is coming up, and you're all invited.
4-time Emmy winner, Sunny Hostin.
Nights on Celebrity Cruise Line's newest ship, the Ascent to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. We set sail.
If you're on hold, hang in there.
We have private shore excursions, private cocktail parties, group activities, we're going to the shows together, and much, much more. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot right now. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. And online at cruisingdepot.com.
I know, I'm excited.
To make your reservation and lock in our private group rate. Nothing comes close to Celebrity Cruises.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral.
On YouTube, I don't know, 86,000 something.
Delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on
I'd like to get that silver plaque. They make the silver play button smaller now. They used to be like this big, and now they're like the size of an iPad mini, but I want one. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe, guys. Everyone on YouTube wants a silver play button. I mean, come on.
Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueFLA.com.
All right, 17 minutes after the hour. You know what I wonder? Now, Sunny Hostin on The View blocked me on X yesterday, blocked me on Twitter. Does that mean that I'm like at another level when I have the coven blocking me? You know, I don't know. Maybe I should call my agent. Maybe I should. I don't know. You think they'll give me a raise, Mike, here at the radio station since I got blocked by Sunny Hostin from The View? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm going to wear that as a badge of honor. I posted like everybody does when you get blocked by a celebrity. I took a screenshot and posted it to my Twitter. Okay, now, before we go to the calls, I want to tell you guys the Christmas specials, not holiday, Christmas specials are already beginning at MyPillow.com with our promo code Kane. The flannel sheets, my wife and I have 2 sets of the flannel sheets. And I know some of you say, you live in Florida. What do you need flannel sheets for? Well, you know, the flannel sheets, like the regular Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, are made of that great cotton, and they perfectly regulate your body temperature. You know, they are great here in Florida, or no matter where you are. The MyPillow flannel sheets that come in different colors and different patterns, and of course in every mattress size, are normally $99.98. They are $40 off, just $59.98 with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. My wife and I, we have 2 sets of the flannel, I think 6 sets of the regular, and then 2 sets of the percale. But this is a great deal, and remember, it's free shipping on all orders over $75. That's with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. But get yourself those MyPillow flannel sheets. They make great Christmas gifts, too. So get yourself a set and get someone on your Christmas gift-giving list a set as well. Use our promo code Kane, Kane, at checkout at MyPillow.com. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. All right, we'll go to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Jeff, what's up?
You know, I really believe that between now and January, Trump's administration and those he's putting his faith in, that, you know, we got to pray that these people aren't going to be any. I still think there's more rhinos around. I'm not saying in his inner circle, but within the Republican Senate and House.
Well, there may be, but they'll be deep in the closet. You know, like Liberace was married for a while, right, to a woman. You know, so what are they? They're going to have to pass as MAGA. So that means they're going to vote with MAGA. So don't worry about it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that, you know, he has, I'm sure they learned so much from 2020 and 2016. Do you think that we're going to see some justice in?
Yeah. Didn't you see Trump's, later on, I'm going to well, let me pull it up. Did you see Trump's lawyer talking about Letitia James? Oh, listen to this. Benny Johnson interviewed Trump's lawyer. Hold on. I was going to play this later, but I'll pull it up. Hold on. Let me pull this up. This is so cool. You know, Letitia James, the crooked attorney general of New York State, okay? Listen to this. This is Trump's attorney, Mike Davis, talking about Letitia James and her cases against President Trump. Listen.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General.
Big Tish James. Don't you love it? And again, since this guy is President Trump's one of his personal lawyers, this is how I guess Trump talks about Letitia, too, right, when the cameras aren't on.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights, and I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
Wow. I mean, that's Trump's lawyer, Mike Davis. A little different tone coming from the Trump team after he won, right?
I did hear that last night in the vote chair.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He said that.
Yeah.
And they didn't even bleep it.
No, you don't have to bleep that. You can say that. Yeah, you can say that. It's not one of the words. I think, right? It's not one of the words, is it? No, Mike says it's okay.
The best part of it was he dared her.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I double dare you, Big Tish.
How many people that brought the false charges against Trump are shaking in the shoes coming January 20th?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, Letitia, she's a black Democrat in a liberal state, so she's never really faced consequences before. If you're a black liberal woman, you pretty much go through life causing problems all over the place, and nobody ever calls you out. So this is the first time that she's facing any consequences. She's corrupt. She's a bad cop. She's a crooked cop.
And that's where the problem is they know, and it can prove that Trump was spied on, lied on ever since he was running for president, was elected president, and as president between 2016 and 2020. And nothing has ever come of it. And if Trump had ever spied on anybody, the place would have gone, media would have gone crazy.
Exactly, yeah. All right, it's good to talk to you. Yeah, that double dog dare. Yeah, I like that. Double dog dare you. Oh, my goodness. Okay, who's next? Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Bob in Boynton.
Hey, Bob, what's up?
Just wanted to know how this country could elect someone like this idiot we just elected.
What idiot? You're talking about who? What idiot? Kamala lost. The idiot lost.
I'm just filling in for your anti-Trumpers. You haven't had a chance to say anything about them.
Are you just playing with me? You're playing devil's advocate, or what? Are you hate Trump?
I voted for Trump 3 times.
Okay. It's hard for me to believe that a grown man would be so anti-Trump. No, we don't need fakers. We don't need fakers. I don't want any fakers.
Democrats call you.
I have not heard from any of our resident Democrats since the victory. Not any of them. We've heard from some liberals, but none of the big shots. Never Trumper Steve, that guy from Sarasota, Renee from Harlem, Jay from Jersey.
Fill in for them. Give you a little chance.
Yeah, well, I was telling Steve yesterday, we need to have a wellness check with these Democrats. That Trump derangement syndrome, is probably hitting them pretty hard right now.
I even met Trump about 20 years ago.
Awesome. That's awesome.
He was nice then, he's nice now.
Oh, yeah, he's a great guy. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. All right, take care. All right. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Brian.
Hey, Richie.
Listen, I watched the Turks yesterday, okay? And you know that Jake, he went nuts, and so did his female partner over there. The historian or whatever her name is, but they were talking about Mike Davis. They recommend that Mike Davis might be the Attorney General.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm all for that.
He's the leading guy Believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm all for that. He's on the list. Yeah, he's on the list.
He's like the top of the list because Trump even has mentioned him, and they're going into a seizure over there with him. And what he said yesterday was excellent. Now I'm going to throw something at you that I never. And I understand that this is great because he's got the Senate, he's got the Congress probably back of him, so he's going to have, and he has this mandate. Let me ask you this question, really, and it's important to me. Did President Trump get less votes, even though it was a landslide?
Well, we don't have the full count yet, so it's hard to say. I don't know. I haven't. You know what? I haven't looked at the count.
There's 15 million missing Democrats.
Yes, I know.
And in the battleground, what happened? Are these people from? Did they go back to Mars? Did they go to Pluto? I can't have their return. I'm sorry. We really have to.
Do you know? I remember in Afghanistan when they had the first Democratic election after we took over Afghanistan. It was the first election in Afghanistan in their 5,000-year history. And they made everybody, when they vote, you had to do it in person, stick their finger in like almost permanent paint, white paint. Was it blue? Blue ink? That has to, you can't get it off. Your skin has to grow to get rid of it.
Venezuela too. Yeah, Venezuela too. But the point I'm bringing up is
I know the point you're making. Where are they? Well, in all seriousness, some of them voted for Trump this time. We know. But we don't. I haven't seen a final count yet because we don't have everything. But what was the last count you saw that Trump? He got 80 million last time.
Yeah, but the count is this: there was the most 129 million since 2004 in the United States, and they actually had 155 here.
Yeah.
25 million more people voted in a COVID year.
Yes.
Which was harder to,
yes. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. You know, I was talking about this yesterday. It was Mike Davis. I saw Mike Davis. He's great. That's the guy who. That's the guy who, that I that was just talking about Big Tish. Okay, Big Tish. I love it. Big Tish. You got to make sure you emphasize the S. But I saw him on election day talking about that Chinese guy, that Chinese national that voted. And he said something that I'd not heard anyone say before. He said, while the elections are handled at the state level, if you do something inappropriate involving a federal election, that's a federal crime. So if he becomes the attorney general, and I know he's on the list. I like him. I think he's the perfect attorney general, based on the couple times I've seen him on TV this week. Not only will they go after that, I was mentioning this yesterday, Richie, that I'm expecting a new federal law enforcement agency, like we have alcohol, tobacco, and firearms for that. We have Secret Services about the money. I'm expecting a new federal law enforcement agency that's just about election integrity. That's their whole mission. And I don't mean a bunch of like guys in cubicles. I'm talking about people with guns and badges, like any other federal agent. I'm serious. I would not be shocked at all if he gave a Space Force. Why not that?
Last thing, I'm very jealous with you because it's not about Sonny Holston. It's about the lunch you're going to have today on that beautiful cruise ship you're going on.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have a great time.
People, you don't know the food that's on this ship. My God. And Starbucks, they got a thing on this ship that makes Starbucks look terrible.
Yeah, you know, we timed this. This was set up in the last few days. So this is in the last week and a half. So we timed this. It's me and Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot and a small group of select friends. Okay, so don't call Ian and ask to go. No one can go. They have to do. It's an exclusive. I'm not even probably supposed to. Ian's going to be pissed because everyone's going to be calling to ask him to go. But this was a get together that we're having on the ship to celebrate Trump's victory. It's a victory lunch we're having.
It's also a sampler for what's coming in March, folks. You don't know what you're missing if you don't book a cruise with Ian.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, Richie. I appreciate the call. Yeah, Richie, thank you so much. All right, we'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. You're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Okay, there's one opening on the board. Now, guys, right there on the screen, Robert Allen Miltenberg. He's a good MAGA guy. And, of course, he's a big supporter and sponsor of my YouTube channel and podcast. His new book, The Sound of Light, is available on Amazon, free on Kindle Unlimited. But if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, it's just $3 on regular Kindle, or the paperback $9.99. He watches on YouTube every day. He's in the chat room usually towards the last hour. But this is his third book I promoted, Robert Allen Miltenberg, The Sound of Light. It's a science fiction book that's also about music and politics. And all his books are great, so order this one and get his other ones too. The first one I promoted, you guys might remember, was Pool Boy to the Mob. The Sound of Light from author Robert Allen Miltenberg on Amazon. There's a link in the description of the video to the book as well, guys. Good book, good guy. Trump always delivers on his promises. He did in his first term.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. PBKC is open every day with 65 tables of action, including cash games, high hands, mega bad beat jackpots, and exciting tournaments. Bet small and win big with table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum every day. PBKC is also your best bet for exciting OTB action from Churchill Downs, Laurel, Del Mar, and more. For more info, go to pbkennelclub.com.
How exciting, guys.
To be celebrating 50 years here in South Florida. The Cohen family started their first health food store in 1972, and ever since have been one of the largest locally owned, family-run health food stores in the area.
Does not get better than this.
Like vitamins, minerals, herbs, homeopathics, diet and fitness, and so much more. All your favorite top-quality brands. We also have tons of natural foods like gluten-free, paleo, and organic, as well as health and beauty aids, pet foods, and more. Visit Vanessa.
Yeah, we're having a fancy party. I even wore a belt and tucked my shirt in. So, you know it's fancy if I've got my shirt tucked in, guys, see? I don't know if you can see on that one camera. See, I got a belt on and everything. Now, I'm all dressed up.
626-4377. That's 626-4377. Or check out our website at nutritionworld.com. Come see us 7 days a week at Nutrition World, Palm Beach Gardens.
Medicare recipients, listen up. Open enrollment is the only time of year you can make changes to your existing Medicare plan. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, no matter where you're located in the state of Florida, for expert help this open enrollment period. 954-753-8080.
No tie.
954-753-8080.
Yeah.
It's 954-753-8080.
Yeah. I had to take this belt off of, like, my suit that I wore to Mar-a-Lago. It was still on my pants. Yeah, I'm wearing Vans, but not the checkerboard. I need to get a new pair of checkerboards. I'm wearing the laced Vans. No, I don't have to wear a belt for YouTube. You don't see, you only, I'm like a talking head. What I have below here doesn't matter to you guys, for the most part, unless I walk way back. But I don't have to do that. I can zoom in.
The Greater South Florida Chamber of Commerce has fantastic free-to-attend events all year long. Join us for their next great expo in your area. Coming up, their military appreciation.
It's like Hannity on his show wears a shirt, tie, and jacket, but he wears like jeans or shorts behind the desk. All right, we're coming back.
Brian Craig, celebrating 47.
All right, we have a full board of calls on this open MAGA mic Friday. On Friday, the Monday through Thursday, when you call in, you have to talk about what topics we bring up. But on Fridays, it's open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mic Friday. And on Open MAGA Mic Friday, you're welcome to call in about any and everything on your mind. If you're just tuning in, President Trump is outlawing birthright citizenship. No more anchor babies. Oh, boy. And I saw also this morning that caravan that's marching towards our southern border, like Santa Ana to the Alamo, half of them have dropped out of the caravan and went back to wherever they're from. So it's already, look, Trump's already securing the border. And he's just President-elect President Trump. Okay, let's go to the phones. I'm taking these in the order in which they were received. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, Brian. Chris from Pamela.
Hey, Chris.
That's outstanding because we've been talking about this for years. That's the premise of their big excuse, and there's no way they should have ever allowed that. Someone crosses the border 8.5 months pregnant, has a baby, and said, "Okay, this baby's a citizen, and now I'm entitled to."
Mm-hmm.
You go back. We'll help you medically, but go back to where you came for your citizenship. I mean, they've always done it. You have two parents from another country. You have the right to represent that particular country.
And you know what? You're right about that. My mother-in-law, my wife's mother is an immigrant from Canada. She's an American citizen now, okay? And she became an American citizen in the 70s, and it took her many years. You know how long it takes people to become citizens? It takes years. She's an American now. She gets mad if you say she's Canadian. But she had both my wife and my brother-in-law. And my wife is the younger of the two, and she was almost 10 years old when her mom became a U.S. citizen. And she was married. So this jumping ahead of all these processes that these illegals have been doing, I don't know when that started.
And it doesn't make sense. You have, again, President Trump says he doesn't have a problem with people coming to America. You have to do it right. Go through the process so we know you're not a freaking criminal.
Exactly.
I just want to say this, that once again, spot on. We had several conversations yesterday just about that President Trump is going to do that much better because his terms were, broken up, so to speak. He didn't have the 2 consecutive. This is going to be much better now because a little time has passed. Even Democrats have seen how corrupt their party is. And, we're going to move forward. We're going to use this to do even better.
Well, you can see already the people that he has around him. This lady that's the chief of staff, they say everybody's terrified of her. And Kash Patel is being discussed as being the CIA director. You heard the audio I played a few minutes ago from his attorney, Mike Davis, about Letitia James. He's at the top of the list to maybe be the attorney general. I mean, this is not a normal kind of political thing going on here. This is a guy who's sick of this crap. He's got to take our country back from these lawfare monsters, and he's not playing games.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's going to benefit everyone, the entire country. And it's a shame that this has ever had to happen. But how can I say they run amok? They're like kids in a candy store. And it's sad when you have leadership like that that's so desperate.
Well, listen, a lot of this country, and this happened with Obama, and, I know you're black, so I don't know if you want to I don't know if you'll take offense at what I'm going to say, but a lot of very angry, racist black people that hate whitey have been running the country.
Listen, yeah, you're right. I have a big family tree, and the most racist people I know are black. I mean, come on. That's why they'll never get off that race card, because it's profitable, and they need that crutch. But you're right. President Trump gets in. When he's inaugurated, he's president-elect. But
yep.
I'm glad to see that he elects. You know what conservatives usually do? Not just President Trump, but they put the right people in office that are qualified, not favors. Oh, you helped me, win an election, so here you go. No, he puts the right people in office to get the.
I mean, look at these idiots that were running the country. Remember, Mayor Pete was talking about racist bridges that were too low for black people to get to the beach in New York and all this crap. I mean, what were they thinking, these people?
And that's horrible. I'm glad you mentioned that one. I mean, that's a perfect example of that. Oh, here you go. We're going to scratch your back, give you this job. Really? Department of Transportation? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to see the right people put in the right positions now, to run the country. Like you would run a business, either successful. They don't know how lucky they are to have President Trump as their president now for these next 4 years.
Oh, yeah. All right, good to talk to you. All right, take care. Great call so far. We're starting off pretty well here. 1-888-465-2631. Yeah, if you don't know that, I don't want to go through there's these bridges in New York that Mayor Pete said were racist and built too low for black people to get to the beach because black people take buses. See, they don't. In Mayor Pete's world, black people don't own cars. They take buses everywhere, public transportation, and the bridges to the beach are too low for the buses to go underneath. I think it was just government incompetence, probably. And I got news for you, Mayor Pete. Black people do own cars and can drive, too. Yeah. Mayor Pete, you racist. What a jerk. He's out, too. He's done. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. All right. Once, twice. Okay, you just made it.
Yes, I wanted to address the fact that Letitia James lied from day one in 2014, and it was fact-checked. She lied in her campaign to a little homeless girl in New York.
Yeah.
Promised the family housing. That child never got nothing and no help from her. She just lied to get elected.
Well,
situation, I don't know all the details. It was with a guy, I believe he was passed away and had a will.
Yeah.
From what I recall, she wiped him out for every dime he had.
What? She inherited money from somebody?
Well, I guess he died at the state or something. I don't know the whole details, but there was some corruption involved in that.
Oh, no, not with Letitia James. Corruption with Letitia James? How could that be?
I don't know the full details on it, but it had something to do with Letitia James.
I'll look into it. I appreciate the call. One thing about Letitia James, I've talked about this in the past with her. She is a multi-millionaire. She does not come from a family of wealth, and she's never had a job in the private sector. She got out of law school and immediately went to work at Legal Aid. So I'm wondering how a woman who does not come from a wealthy family, she does not have a rich husband, she's had no job outside of government, how did she become a millionairess? I'd like to know, because I'd like to know. I'd like to know that secret, wouldn't you? Yeah. Maybe Mike Davis can look into that. I bet he'd get to the bottom of it. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Donald from New York.
Hey, Donald.
A couple of things. The thing you said about the anchor base, that's the first time I heard it. That is great. I'm so happy to hear that. It's been a loophole for way too long.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I wanted to say also is I heard what you just said about the bridges in New York. That's been a tale in New York forever.
Yeah, nonsense.
It is. They say Robert Moses was the guy that built it, and it's the Northern State and the Southern State Parkways. I mean, I've been here my whole life. But, by the way, I'm a Long Islander, but I have a place in Juno Beach. I discovered your station about 2 years ago. Been listening to it ever since. You guys have the greatest show. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate that. I love our New York listeners the best, and I'll tell you, although we don't, here in Florida, we have too many New Yorkers. But the reason I like our New York listeners the best is because New York City and that whole area is the #1 radio market in the world, and the people that are on the air there are supposed to be the greatest, most talented people. And when I have people from New York who find the show and love the show, and a lot of times they go back to New York and listen, that's like, wow. And I get statistics on where people are location-wise that listen to me online on YouTube. And we have more, outside of Florida, the #2 number of the highest rated area for this program, for me, all in all, is New York City. And yeah, so we're, so I really appreciate that, appreciate, yeah.
You by accident, just coming through the station, driving to Juneau, and I was like, it was a big thing going on with Renee from Harlem.
Oh yeah,
station's great.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Renee from Harlem since President Trump was reelected. I'm getting worried.
No surprise. No surprise, and you're the only guy who got the election right in terms of Trump being way ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And I recall you talking to Steve off the roof many times.
I know. I was getting tired of being people's therapist, I must say. All right, good to hear from you, and welcome. All right, take care. All right, we'll be right back.
Cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
The Boca Blues Festival is November 16th and 17th at the Sunset Cove Amphitheater in Boca Raton. 10 bands on stage and epic memories with experience Samantha Fish, Tab Benoit, Ali Venable, Buddy Waterson, Bud Morganfield, Vanessa Collier.
If you're on hold, hang in there, guys.
Today to the Boca Blues Festival, November 16th and 17th at the Sunset Cove Amphitheater. Tickets and info at BocaBluesFest.com. BocaBluesFest.com. Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. I am pleased to say our relationship with the Steve Kane Show and the show's listeners keeps getting stronger and stronger. The Steve Kane Show listeners are truly the best customers we have ever had. They are courteous, intelligent, honest, and quite a joy to work with. We have completed thousands of projects for the listeners, from repairs to single-family homes, large HOA complexes, and churches, with great success, and every one of those customers are like family. We have installed all kinds of roofs, from asphalt shingles, clay, and concrete tile, standing metal seam, slate tile, and flat roof systems. So come on, and let our family take care of your family. Call me on my cell at 954-604-4602, or find us on the web at LaportaContracting.com. The number again is 954-604-4602.
Every line is lit on this open phone, open MAGA Mike Friday. You don't have to be MAGA to call in. If you're a Democrat, you're welcome to call in. All the lines are lit right now, but
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did, until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but
oh boy.
Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
The Greater South Florida Chamber of Commerce has fantastic free-to-attend events all year long. Join us for their next great expo in your area.
Coming up, their Military Appreciation Veterans Day Home Show and Expo, November 9th and 10th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Boynton Beach Mall, 801 North Congress Ave in Boynton Beach. It's their 14th annual Military Appreciation Veterans Day Weekend Home Show and Business Expo.
We'll be back shortly, guys.
Learn more and see a full list of events at GreaterSouthFloridaChamber.com.
When you need lab work, don't waste hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to any lab test now in Boca and any lab test now in Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed, and you're in and out in 15 minutes or less. They offer every lab and blood work your doctor could order. They even have drug testing and STD testing. Control of your health care and visit any lab test now with Boca at any lab test now in Coral Springs. There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to any lab test now with Boca at any lab test now with Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, we are back. Callers on hold, stand by. Every line on the board is lit. Oh, by the way, Carrie Lake has caught up. She's gained about half of where she was Yesterday, she was 100,000 or so votes behind. Now she's only 50,000 behind. I don't know. That's still pretty far behind, but we'll find out. I don't understand Arizona. Trump won Arizona. So who voted for Trump and then voted Democrat for Senate? I don't know. I don't get that. All right, our number, well, you guys seem to know the number. I don't need to give it out. So let's just take a couple calls here. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name is Michael, and I'm calling from Chicago.
Hey, Chicago. What's up?
I have a question. So, you spoke about anchor babies, you know?
Yes.
And I am what you would call an anchor baby. I'm 4 years old, and I voted for Trump. What do you think about the situation?
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you voted for Trump.
Thank you.
But when you say you're an anchor baby, describe what you mean by that.
Well, I was born, my mom came here illegally, and then I was born here.
Where's your mom from?
She's from Mexico.
No, that's terrible. I mean, I can't go. You know, I've been to Mexico many times. Why do I need a passport to go to Mexico for a couple of hours when I take a cruise down there? But your mom could come here and set up a whole life. I mean, I'm glad you're here, you're doing okay, you voted for Trump, but that's not right.
Yeah, it's not right.
I mean, I give you an example. I give you, what? What did he, I had to say, he said, did it sound like, I don't know, maybe I was too close to the ear, I don't know. Here's the thing. I thought I heard BS. I just wanted to be, I'm on the safe side, guys, okay? I'm on the safe side on that. I give an example, okay, about this. Any of you ever enroll your kids into school? You move into a new house or maybe kindergarten for the first time. What did you, as a parent, what did you have to do to enroll your kid in school? We had to show 2 utility bills to prove that we lived within the jurisdiction of that school. So why are people, so I mean, just because the guy voted for Trump doesn't mean well, anchor babies are good. No, it's not good. That he is an exception to the rule. Oh, now, I want to ask you this. Are you and your family drinking toxic water? Mine was. Not only that, we were bathing in toxic water. We were cooking with toxic water. And we've had the Angel water filtration system in the house for a couple of months. And I don't think this is a coincidence, but I'm feeling a lot better. Because drinking water and using water for everything else, including brushing my teeth with water that's not toxic, for the first time in my life. All those toxins that are in the water, they cannot be good for you to brush your teeth with, to drink, to cook with, to shower with. None of that could be good. And I've been feeling just a lot healthier. I don't know. It cannot be a coincidence. I mean, even if you go out and buy bottled water, which I'll never have to do again, you're still brushing your teeth in the toxic water. You're still cooking with the toxic water. You're still bathing in the toxic water, right? So you're still getting all those toxins in your system. And what I've come to learn is that a water filtration system from Angel Water is not a luxury. It's a necessity. It is a life-changing necessity. I'm going to give you their number in a minute. Call Angel Water. They're going to send Rocky out to your house. He's going to do for you what he did for me, and that is test your water. And he'll do it right there. He came in my kitchen and tested the water coming out of my sink and told me everything that was in it. Let me tell you something. I was shocked. And they've got a great offer for listeners of our radio station at Angel Water. Here it is. They're going to give you a free under-the-sink reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a whole house refiner. And I have both of those, the whole house refiner and the reverse osmosis system under the sink. Okay, so here's the number, 561-899-6585. Rocky's a good MAGA guy from Angel Water. He'll take good care of you. And he's a friend of mine, and tell him I said hi when he comes out for that free test of your water. 561-899-6585. 561-899-6585 for Angel Water. Okay, back to our phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
If Big Tish James wants to mess with the president, go ahead. He's going to mess you up. what's happening.
Well, what's gonna happen when you say that, what you mean is he's gonna they're gonna prosecute her. She's been doing crime. You know, Letitia James and Fannie Willis are the equivalent of bad cops that plant evidence. That's, you know, they didn't even have evidence to plant. They just made stuff up. These are bad cops. And that's the worst. You have bad law enforcement. That's the worst. It really is. That's one of this lawfare was, it completely backfired on the Democrats, didn't it? You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name?
Good morning, Lauren from Port St. Lucie. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Port St. Lucie. What's up?
I am a white, highly educated, master's degree holding, divorcee without children, no cats, have a wonderful man, wonderful partner in my life, and I voted for Trump. So
good.
My demographics are probably confusing the pollsters and everybody else. I found it highly insulting as a woman that they thought my vote was going to be hinged on my rights being taken away and abortion. I'm 48 years old. I've never been pregnant. I've never had to face an unwanted pregnancy. I know what birth control is, how insulting that they thought that educated women were going to come out for Kamala, and it didn't happen with me.
You know, I'll tell you, I was talking about this the other day. People got upset with me. But when it comes to body autonomy, women are going to get control of everything. Women decide who has sex and when. That's just the way it works in our society. That's a great benefit of being a woman. But the other thing is this. In the liberal media, when these Democrats, they have this very snooty thing. Well, those who are college educated are supporting whoever the Democrat is. And they act as if those that are Republican aren't college educated. You know, listen, I got a college degree. Some of the dumbest people I've known in my life have advanced college degrees. Look at Kamala. She's got a law degree. She's a bird brain.
Smart. It's called they're book smart, but they're not common sense smart.
Correct. They're stupid. And who knows if she even really passed the bar. I still don't think she passed the bar, probably. That she got a favor from Willie Brown. No, but you're absolutely right. I don't. Why have you never had kids though? What's that about?
It was just a personal decision. I'm an educator.
Oh.
To my, I had that maternal role kind of fulfilled in my life.
Yeah.
It was just something where I wasn't going to be able to do it with the right partner in the healthiest years and younger years.
Yeah, but when you're like 85 years old, who's going to take care of you? It's going to be kind of lonely.
Oh, I can't think about that. People have kids and they wind up alone anyway. So
that's true.
Oh,
good for you.
I defy the demographics. I'm tired of watching the CNN female anchors say white uneducated women, by the way, voted for Trump.
Exactly. I know. Aren't they snobs? Listen, I'm up against the top of the hour break. Good to hear from you from Port St. Lucie, which is really a fancy town these days, Port St. Lucie. It really is. It used to be Hicksville, but it's not anymore. All right, we'll be back.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and her in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM.
Oh, I cannot wait for them to do an accounting of the Ukraine money.
Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the all-year cooling weather center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Love thy neighbor. Oh, really? You let your neighbors just come in your house and move in with their families and eat your food and use your toilet and everything? Who said that? Or do you lock your door when you leave?
Replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Heads up in Boca, crash causing heavy delays blocking 4 left lanes 95 northbound approaching Congress Avenue, Columbia Motto Road, both are tracks Palmetto Park Road and Military Trail. This traffic update is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop early, save big all month long during
I gotta turn the air down. It's really hot. Be right back, guys.
select tool when you buy a select battery or combo kit because Lowe's knows deals valid 11/7 through 11/20. Selection varies by location while supplies last. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. It's showtime at PBKC. Get your tickets today for Paddock live shows, including Let It Be, Beatles Tribute Dinner Show this Friday night, November 8th, plus comedian Jimmy Fallon for 2 shows, November 15th and 16th, and Patty next November 22nd. The Paddock is also your best bet for OTB action and football Sundays. For more information, go to ppkennelclub.com.
Brian Craig here. When it comes time to get my blood work done, I don't have time to spend hours in the doctor's office or waiting hours in one of those big labs. That's why I go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs for all of my lab work. Their techs are highly skilled and professional, and their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest on lab work you'll find anywhere. Appointments aren't necessary. Doctor's orders and prescriptions, they're not needed either. I'm in and out in 15 minutes or less. I get the results the next day in my email box, and they also send it to my doctor. There's lots of Any Lab Test Nows around, but these are the only 2 advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, between Palmetto Park Road and Hillsborough Boulevard, on the east side of State Road 7, 441. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Call Any Lab Test Now of Boca at 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs number is 954-906-5983. And don't forget to mention that you heard about them on the radio.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business for 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954.
The last count I saw, Carrie Lake was 50,000 behind. Does anybody have an updated count?
It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, yeah, welcome back. Hour number 2 has begun. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. My name is Brian Craig. Maybe somebody out there can help me. At my last time I checked, Carrie Lake was about 50,000 votes behind. She had picked up 50,000 yesterday. Is there a more updated count? Does anyone have an updated count on that? It is open phones on Fridays. Open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything on your mind's fair game. I'm not going to do any recapping. I'll just go to the phones because it is open phones. The show prep is up to you guys on Friday's show. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Harvey from Robstown. How you doing?
All right, Harvey.
Hey, I have an update for you. That's what I was going to call you on. Okay, Reuben has 1,301,340, and Carrie Lake has 1,257,504.
Well, I can't do all that math while we're talking. So how many separate them?
Okay, she's, let's say 44,000 behind.
She's gained about 60,000 votes since yesterday in the counts. So how much is left? How much is in? What's the percentage that's in?
It's 70%.
It's getting tight. It's getting tough.
You know something that's really weird? She has more votes than Kamala.
Well, Trump won Arizona. Yeah.
Than the vice president.
Mm-hmm. Well, she hasn't lost yet.
Most of the votes are going to come from...
Well, Arizona, I don't know about that because Trump won Arizona. So, okay, so the people that are helping the Democrat don't help Trump, okay? The McCain family is very influential in Arizona, unfortunately. You know, I was telling someone yesterday, I met John McCain at the Republican convention one year. And as nasty as that man was, when you met him, he was one of the most charming men I've ever met in my life. Second only to President Clinton, when I met President Clinton, okay? And so pretty much anybody that's my age or older in Arizona, which has an older population like Florida, outside of the schools, right, there's universities, they probably met John McCain, and he was likable. You know, I took a picture with him, and I don't have it. It was a long time ago. It was before digital cameras, and you know how you take a picture with a guy, he couldn't lift his arms up because of that crash when he got shot down in Vietnam, you know? But he was a very charming guy. So what I'm telling you is he was a bad dude, no doubt about it. But in Arizona, people like him, you know? And Carrie Lake is gone to war with the McCain family. That does not help.
Oh, yeah, she was like 123,000 below Trump's votes. And then, you know, like I said, Rubin has a 301, and she has a, you know, the 257. So that puts her at, I don't know, 44,000 or something.
44,000? Well, it's 60,000 closer than yesterday. All right, take care. Thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Brian.
Yes.
Hey, good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
Danielle calling from. Good morning. Can you hear me? I might have to take my.
I can hear you. I can hear you, Danielle.
Great. From the great state of Michigan, I'm a long-time listener. I just can't call all the time because I'm at work. But hey, just real quick, I want to make some real quick comments. What a wonderful Friday it is.
Isn't it?
Friday. I was listening yesterday, and I just wanted to kind of make a comment real quick. We've been through 4 years of
crap. Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard some of the listeners yesterday, and I just wanted to encourage people. I mean, we need to like revel and grasp onto what's just happened, and have hope, and be positive for the country. You had a lot of people that were naysayers. You know, what if this happens? What if this happens? It's like, you know what? Let's just take it day by day and just enjoy the fact that America's going to be saved. And MAGA is here, we're strong, and I'm so thankful that 45 is coming back.
To 47. And, you know, the thing about it is, a lot of those people, not all of them, but a lot of the people that we're talking about, oh, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, a lot of those people are fake MAGA. I told you guys, there was a major psych op going on to try to discourage the vote. You know, I was talking to a caller yesterday. I have avoided that topic for 4 years almost. And a lot of people get very upset with me about it. I chose to do that. All right, I chose to do that, and if I would have spent the last 3.5 years talking about that all the time, would that have had any influence on on a large number of people in our audience to think, what's the point? Why should I even bother? You know, and if you notice, I've been very positive over these very dark 3.5 years.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you and Steve. You guys have, let me just tell you something. You have the most, you guys are the best.
Well, thank you.
I have listened to you faithfully. I can't always call because I'm working weird hours, but you guys are the best. And you have been there with the truth, with positive news, and I love your show, and I listen to it daily. I know a lot of people in Michigan listen to it. I just want people to realize that, come on, you know, we're going in a good direction. You know, every day, there's good things that are good. We're going to go through some ups and downs. It's not going to be easy. Of course it's not going to be easy, but
I don't know. Trump has been making some big moves. The anchor babies are done, right? They're already gearing up to partner with Governor Abbott to seal the border on day one. I mean, and look at this lady that all the men are terrified of, that he just made chief of staff. I mean, she basically walks around with a whip, and Republican men are terrified of her. She's the chief of staff. I was so afraid it was going to be Kevin McCarthy.
oh gosh, I was thinking the same thing. No way. You know, hey, listen, I'm just taking every single day, and I'm going to be so positive, so excited, because let me tell you something. For all the listeners, 47, he knows what's going on. He's a smart man, and he's got it handled. We just need to keep praying.
That's right.
Stay positive. And we need to keep listening to your show, because you guys are awesome, and I got to get back to
All right. I appreciate it. All right, take care. Still we're looking for Democrats have been in short supply lately on the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Ben from Pompano.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, so your last listener sounds like a very sweet woman. Sounds like a great person, happy warrior. But I have a different attitude. I think right now the work has just begun. We got to worry about 2028 because we know
2028.
Like they did.
Oh my goodness.
In 2016.
No. Oh my gosh, Ben. Ben, you look at what. Are you playing devil's advocate? Or are you being real?
What do you think? You think it's over now? We just.
It's never. No. Look, Trump has made bold moves. Did you hear the clip I played earlier of his attorney?
Yeah, I love Mike Davis.
Okay, Mike Davis. Okay, Mike Davis, his chief of staff. Anchor babies are going to be made illegal. They're talking about Kash Patel being the CIA director, possibly. He's on the list. I mean, there are some really bold moves going on right now, and you are like Debbie Downer.
I'm saying I'm not Debbie Downer. I had my day of celebration, but now it's back to work. I say we need to be vigilant. The idea of John Thune and Cornyn being the
They don't like Rick Scott, but I'll tell you this: the chief of staff. She worked with Rick Scott, our senator. Used to be our governor before DeSantis. Great governor, Rick Scott. So of course they're trying to stop Rick Scott from becoming the Republican leader in the Senate. Listen, the Republican establishment have been deposed, but they still have some isolated holdouts that think the battle's still going on, like that Japanese soldier they found in the 70s in the Philippines who thought the war was still going on. So but they're losers. They're losers, man. Listen, you and I don't have to do anything but follow Trump's lead. You and I have no need to worry that President Trump, the Trump family, they have everything under control.
I still think we need to, the last few days has been the most, blissful I've ever been. I hope Jay from Jersey and from Harlem and, all our, Al, what is it, Liberal Al?
Liberal Al hasn't even called in, and he loves punishment, and he's even been out of it.
Glutton for punishment. This has been great because the last 4 years, I am simply saying when the Democrats are, just like in 2016, they are already getting to work.
No, they're not. They're not. They have no leader. The Obamas and the Clintons are done. They're done. They backed a loser. They're back to loser, and their entire strategy against Trump failed. They're out of the loop. The Democrats have no leader right now. No leader, and they have no prospects.
Yes, you're right now. But they're like Sauron, he gets destroyed.
Yes, there will always be a Democrat Party. You're correct. The Democrat Party, yes.
They're going to regroup. They're
Good luck.
They're going to regroup. Well, I'm just saying, I think it's, I think we should be optimistic and happy, but cautiously, and just keep it because we know how they operate.
And we know.
I'm happy. I'm not saying this wasn't like.
You sound like it.
Historic election. Hey, I can do two things at once. I can recognize a huge historic win, and I can also say understand the nature of my enemy.
Listen. You and I, when you say we got to get back to work, you and I aren't working on the Trump team. The Trump team are in charge of taking care of everything, and we have to trust. We have to trust Trump and those he brings in his circle to handle things for us and set things up for 4 years.
I think the role that you do, the role listeners do, I think there is this sort of soft pressure that gets applied from multiple angles that they end up hearing about in the upper echelons of the Trump-like machine. So it's like, I think there is a role for, if everyone's talking about a certain item, for instance, like the anchor babies, and it finally gets to Trump's ears, that's a role that the activist grassroots kind of base.
Okay. Listen, Ben, I gotta run, but I appreciate the call. Ben, this is a thing that some people do with this show, okay? And I get it. I do not do this. What I'm about to tell you, I do not do. But some of our callers do, okay? Because Mar-a-Lago is right down the street, Barron's High School is right down the street from the radio station, too. I drive by that almost every day. You'd be surprised if you saw it, because Barron's High School is very elite, started by the Koch brothers, but it's in a very industrial neighborhood. A lot of listeners say things and do things, and Ben just kind of said it, because they're hoping that someone at Mar-a-Lago might be listening and hearing their call and whisper in Trump's ear. You know, Trump does not need our advice, our pressure. Look at what he just did. He carried out the biggest comeback in the history of comebacks. And this is better than Rocky, because that was a fictional character, right? This is like the real deal. This is the greatest comeback in the history of the United States of America. Not just political comeback, the biggest American comeback with everything they've done. We'll take our break and be back.
Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey, it's Scott Shannon with a subtle reminder that I'm back on the air this morning right after 10 a.m. with more of your favorite oldies on South Florida's True Oldies channel.
This is your time to really focus on wellness. Wellness of mind, body and spirit. Amrit Ocean Resort is now open on Singer Island, a next generation luxury wellness resort merging Eastern principles and Western luxury. The 4-story wellness spa is like nothing you've experienced before. Hydrothermal water therapy, hot and cold pools, steam, sauna room, inhalation salt therapy chamber, and Arctic chill fountains, all designed to detox and relax. All located on the picture-perfect beaches and impressive facilities of Amrit Ocean Resort. Face and body treatments, including Reiki experiences, reflexology and massage. Explore all available offers at amritocean.com. That's AMRITOcean.com.
Men, just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. At the Biostation, West Del Rey, Dr. Mitch Matez, an expert in hormone replacement therapy, is here to help you reclaim your youth. Hormone replacement therapy is all natural and can restore your hormones to where they were in your 20s. You'll feel younger, have more energy, and even get your sex drive back. And for women, hormone replacement pellet therapy can completely stop and reverse the signs and symptoms of menopause. No more mood swings, better sleep, and no more night sweats. Call Dr. Matez for a free consultation today at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893. Women's professional soccer is
Join Fort Lauderdale United FC Soccer for their game on November 10th. It's their Rep Your Set 954 night, so dress to impress and be part of history with South Florida's only professional women's soccer team.
Get your tickets now at ftlutd.com.
Hey, my True Oldies listeners, John Tesh here with some intelligence for your retirement this time. When you're looking for a retirement advisor, you know trust and experience are two big qualities to look for. And as it turns out, my friend Jupiter Joe Thomas possesses both of these. Whether you're in retirement or looking to retire, I want you to give local expert Joe Thomas a call. Here's the number.
We're coming back after this.
561-743-0999. Or, even simpler, you can go to jupiterjoe.com. Mention my name, John Tesh. You'll receive a free copy of Joe's book, Retirement Know-It-All. Great book. Call 561-743-0999. Or remember, go to jupiterjoe.com. That's jupiterjoe.com.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world.
All right, I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. You know, the Steve Kane Show has been on the air since Jimmy Carter was president, before the Reagan presidency campaign started. That's right, since 1977. All right, now it's Medicare open enrollment period, the only time of year that those of you that are Medicare recipients can make changes to your existing Medicare policy. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors. She can help you with your Medicare no matter where you are in the state of Florida. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. She will review your policy at no charge, okay? She reviews Steve Kane's every year. She'll review yours too. She can help you no matter where you are in Florida. When you call, if you get an answering machine, leave your name and number. She will call you back. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080 for Debbie at I Will Advisors. Okay. Now, I've been telling you guys all year that when Trump is back, a lot of this stuff is going to just evaporate because there's going to be a different tone. This is the local news out of New York City yesterday. I know you've heard this story, but I think, we got to get some, it's got to sink in a little bit. Listen.
News, the mayor just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food.
What did we do? Oh, no? Okay. I heard a noise, Mike. I think I'm hearing things.
News, the mayor just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by...
What is that? You're not hearing it? I can't. I don't know what you're saying, Mike. You can't hear it? Oh, there's some banging going. I think the banging is on the audio soundbite. We thought someone was trying to bust through the radio station door. There's this local news story out of New York about Adams. There's a bang in it, but it's so loud in Mike's speaker and my speaker. We thought someone was trying to bust in. Okay, it did sound like that.
News, the mayor just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food.
Okay, so the illegals of New York have been cut off. No more retirement. Okay? See, things are already... Now they're trying to undermine Mayor Adams and say, oh, he's just fishing for a pardon, from Trump. No, it shows how he was being bullied by the Biden regime, right? The only reason Adams is indicted is because he stood up in the beginning against the illegals. Now they're cut off. See the change? Yesterday they were talking about the cost of the deportations. Trump said price is not an issue. In fact, whatever it cost, it's going to be a lot less than what they're costing us. I mean, this is just amazing. Don't you see the difference in tone? All right, let's go back to our phones. We thought we were being broken into here, but we're not. We're safe. That banging was in the audio. It sounded like you were hitting the glass on the window. I thought you were trying to get my attention. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Ryan, and I'm from upstate New York.
Okay.
And I am more left-leaning.
I'm sorry.
And you're sorry. Okay. How about maybe you can go and help me out with a few things, because I'm open-minded and everything like that. So your party is for all Americans, for everybody to be happy, healthy, all that sort of jazz, right?
Yeah, we don't care that you're gay or trans or stuff.
Okay, perfect. We can go into that. I have many trans friends, and they are pretty worried about the election.
What are your trans friends worried about?
Not having access to their HRT.
What's an HRT? I don't even know what that is.
Hormone treatment.
Hormone treatment? Why would they lose? They can go to the doctor and pay for it. I get testosterone treatments. We have a sponsor here. I do advertisement for. I'm 53. I had low testosterone. I get testosterone, and I've restored my testosterone. So I'm getting a hormone. You could still go to doctors and get your... Now, you may not be able to go to prison or join the army and get your sex change operation paid for, but being transgender will not be illegal.
It sounds like under the Trump's presidency, that would be illegal. Now, Trump...
Well, no, slow down for a second. You're a millennial. You're a millennial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. Millennials always want you to try to convince them of something, like, we need their support. When did President Trump say anything, and tell me what it was that he said, that transgenderedness would be illegal? I missed that.
I mean, very fair point. I'm unfortunately, I will say you are an absolutely great debater. So honestly,
yeah, but tell me, tell me, when did President Trump say that he was going to outlaw? Caitlyn Jenner is the most famous transgender American, voted for President Trump, and is friends with President Trump.
Okay. That doesn't really say much to me, but...
No, excuse me. No. You say your trans friends are afraid of Trump. One of Trump's best friends is Caitlyn Jenner, who's a transgendered person. So what?
Transphobic. You can be black. You can.
Excuse me. What a phobic means a fear of something. To have it, this is what you millennials do. If somebody disagrees with you, you say that they're a phobe of whatever it is you're arguing for. You can have a disagreement and not be afraid. Come on. And so if he's anti-trans, why is one of his best friends the most famous transgendered man in America?
Transgender man?
Caitlyn Jenner, I don't know. Woman? I don't know. I don't know all your newfangled millennial speak.
She's a woman. You just said that she's one of the most famous transgender people ever. Like...
I met Bruce Jenner prior to all this Caitlyn stuff, and when I was a kid,
respected her.
No. In fact, when I was growing up, you're too young to know this. When I was growing up, Bruce Jenner was an American gold medalist in the triathlon and the Olympics, and he was also an actor. He was on a lot of great shows like Chips. And when I was growing up in the 70s and in the early 80s, Bruce Jenner was the definition of what a man was, okay? So now that he's transgender and is Caitlyn Jenner, when you've grown up with someone like that your whole life, it's just a little different. But getting back, you're not going to get me off of this. You said your New York trans friends are afraid that they're not going to be allowed to be transgender. I asked you to tell me when Donald Trump said he was going to make that illegal.
Because Trump says his policy is to go and make sure that my friends don't get access to their HRT. Therapy.
No one is stopping anyone. I get hormone treatment. I get testosterone. Okay? In fact, I'm going after I get off the radio today, I'm going across the hall to Game Day Men's Health, and I'm getting my testosterone injection. Okay? So and you know what? I'm gonna be wearing my MAGA hat when I get my testosterone injection. So what you've just said is fairy tales and make-believe. You and your transgender friends just don't know what's going on, man.
Also, okay, can we... Here's the thing that's kind of thrown me off. Why are you not referring to Caitlyn Jenner as Caitlyn Jenner? Why are you referring to her as a different name? That seems extremely disrespectful. I would go and refer to you as that name.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner would not. You don't even get it. You don't understand who Bruce Jenner was and who Caitlyn Jenner is. You just don't get it. You don't understand. No, you're not trying to be respectful. You said something. You're not informed. Excuse me. You had an opinion about Donald Trump that you cannot defend, so you're trying to divert me on everything else and trying to turn this around. It ain't gonna happen. Donald Trump.
Jenner.
I'll leave it up to Caitlyn. I'll leave it up to. Listen, Caitlyn Jenner does not need you to take up for them. Okay? Back to Trump. Why? Who cares? Who prefers who? Because so what? It's a Well, you know what? Caitlyn Jenner can call me up and take issue with me. So why'd you vote for Kamala?
Because Kamala has left-wing policies that I believe will go...
Give me an example of one of her positive economic policies.
For starters, not the tariffs. Donald Trump's policies...
Tariffs
are absolutely insane. Yes, tariffs.
Yeah, import taxes, right? So let me tell you. So this is interesting. So you think, this is interesting, tariffs or taxes? You think taxes cause prices to go up, right? Taxes cause prices to go up. Then why are the Democrats in favor of allowing the Trump tax cuts from his first term to expire? Why are Democrats wanting to raise my taxes?
Only benefiting the wealthy, the absolute rich. No, I am a Christian. I believe that we should help everybody. If
really?
Poor man on the street, I'm going to give him my money so he has a better...
Yeah, but the difference is but that's your choice. The government steals it from you with the threat of imprisonment. If the reason that why do wealthier people get tax breaks and poor people don't is irrelevant, because President Trump is going to do something to give the hardest working people in this country tax breaks. No taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, and no taxes on Social Security.
Can I stop you right there? There are some things that I think Donald Trump would have done. I mean, will do great because...
No, he's the president now. He just won. You're aware of that, right?
He's the president-elect. He's the president-elect. And by the way, he already lied and didn't do something he said.
What?
The war in Ukraine in 24 hours.
He said when he's president, he cannot interfere in U.S. policy right now.
He said president...
No. No, you're wrong. Listen, I am not lying. Listen, I got to run for a break, but I appreciate your call, okay? I do. I appreciate your call. I do. You call again.
Okay, can I say one thing real quick before you let me go?
Sure.
Okay, first of all, absolutely thank you for letting me on. I know that we were going back and forth, and, anger was risen, so I apologize for that. I'm a Christian, and think you should try to be more respectful of other people's pronouns and names.
You're come on a second. You're pulling my leg. You're not serious, right? You're joking with me.
No, I'm serious.
You think I'm disrespectful with people's pronouns? What about people's prepositions? Should I be respectful to prepositions too?
Can you explain what that
is? It's called stupid. What you're being is stupid. Listen, this idea that you people have, okay, on the left, that men can beat the tar out of women in the Olympic boxing matches, or a 6'2" man with an 8-inch penis can stand naked in a girl's locker room and then swim against them.
Why are you obsessed with people's genitalia first?
Because if you have a penis, you should not be in a girl's locker room, especially naked, walking around like that person was.
Opinion. What about bottom surgery then?
What? I would not want her in my daughter's locker room. I'll tell you that.
But she doesn't have a penis. She had bottom surgery.
No, Caitlyn Jenner has a fully functional penis.
Okay, so is your opinion that if people have
listen, bottom surgery? I've never even heard that reference before. Listen, I'm not going to talk to a gay guy about penises. It's not going to happen, okay? All right, hey, thanks for the call. Oh my goodness. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're going to really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yeah.
From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice
you ever hear that surround sound thing where there's knocking all around? If you ever have
yeah.
What the heck? It's exactly that.
Yeah, it sounded like it. What do we? Okay.
November 8th, 2024, and right now it's 74 degrees outside. As we go throughout the day, though, temperatures are going to reach as high as 84 degrees with partly.
Yeah, I've got my testosterone here. I'll show you guys my testosterone. Well, let me see if it's got any private information on the bottom.
Weather brought to you by All-Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com.
This is my testosterone. Right there, I'll show you guys. See, that's my testosterone.
A true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach
Take a look there.
Heads up, a boat broke up. 4 left lanes blocked with a crash 95 north approaching Congress Avenue.
I'm going to get my testosterone injection with my
95
MAGA hat
south
on.
delays from Woolbright Road to Congress Avenue. This traffic update is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop early and save big all month long during Black Friday build-up.
I've never heard of that before, bottom surgery. I didn't know exactly what he meant by that.
Because Lowe's knows deals, valid 11/7 through 11/20. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
I wish that I had on tape when we had Bruce Jenner on the show. It was like, it happened so spontaneously. And it was during the OJ trial, and he was Bruce Jenner was taking live calls from our black liberal callers who were saying OJ didn't do it, and Bruce Jenner was going off on them. He's like, I know him, and he did it. He killed the call. It was like, holy crap. It was like the best. Oh yeah, I've been on the air longer than that. I've been on the air 32 years.
This open enrollment period. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. That's 954-753-8080.
Talk about amazing kielbasa. Crocastelli in North Lauderdale is a must if you love Polish food. They have a variety of Polish sausage, bacons, Polish cheeses, ham and pork loins, even Polish hot dogs. Crocastelli has such amazing homemade foods like goulash, pork and bacon, homemade soups, and more. You have to check out Crocastelli. The bakery is out of this world. Stop by for delicious Polish food.
No break. No break. Different radio stations and stuff, but
If you're a homeowner, business owner, or with a homeowners association and your roof is old or compromised, you need to call Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. With a AAA credit rating and bonded up to $10 million, Laporta Contracting doesn't need a large deposit like those other contractors do. Typical deposits other contractors want are 1/3 of the contract. If your job is $30,000, that's a $10,000 deposit. If your job is $300,000, that's $100,000. What are they doing with your money? Typically, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get a permit. In HOAs, much longer. If they need money for the materials, they don't have credit with the suppliers, and that spells bad news for the homeowner or HOA. Tom Laporta is honest, knowledgeable, and reliable, and he'll never sell you a roof you don't need. Laporta Contracting has been in the roofing and contracting business since 1988, and his services cover the east and west coast of Florida and everywhere in between. Tom Laporta can handle any type of roofing job too. Residential roofing and repair, commercial roofs, schools, municipal buildings, office buildings, emergency repairs. If it's roofing, Tom Laporta can do it. Call Tom Laporta right now on his cell phone, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. And online, LaportaContracting.com.
Get ready to take your next cruise to a whole new latitude with Margaritaville at Sea's Black Friday sale. Check this out. Get 60% off guest fares. Bring a third and a fourth guest for free and get onboard credit to make your escape the ultimate license to chill. Sail from Palm Beach on brand new cruises, including 2-night getaways to Nassau, epic weekend sailings, and 4-night voyages to Key West. But don't you wait, because your early access to the best Black Friday cruise deals won't last long. Grab your flip-flops and head to MargaritavilleAtSea.com to sail your way to savings today.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did.
We'll be back after this.
To Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222-6642.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years.
All right, we're back on Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Every line on the board is lit. It is Open Phone Friday, Open MAGA Mic Friday. I give the credit to that last guy, okay, with the transgender friends. Good call, good guy, tried. You know, one of the reasons we're not hearing from some of our regular Democrats is some of them are seminar callers, okay? And the DNC, they're not paying for their phones or paying them anymore, okay? That's why we're not hearing from some of them. All right, let's go back to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Hey, Doug.
So, there is some sore losers out there. I came across 3 of them yesterday. 2 I knew, and one woman I was walking.
What was that? Was it at a bar? Were they at a bar drinking?
No. The 2 I know were playing ball with. But
playing ball.
I was walking into the post office, and this woman comes out. I guess the best way to say is this Karen comes out with this attitude. Says, "Don't you know the election's over? Why you still got that hat on?"
Ah.
What's wrong with wearing it? What's wrong with wearing a hat that says "Make America Great"? Well, it's a political statement. I said,
so what? So it's America.
And I said, what's wrong with wearing a hat? Well, it's political. You just have to rub it into it.
Yes. Yes.
I said, listen. I wear the hat because I think it's a great statement. Everybody should be learning. And there's too many people like you who didn't vote for Trump that need to maybe get the message. She gives the middle finger and walks away.
Oh, nice lady. Class act. Class act.
Yeah, great. Okay. The other guys I know said, oh, look what you did. You went from, we're going now from one senile guy to another senile guy when we could have had a woman who's so smart. I said, what woman are you talking about? Because certainly it can't be Kamala Harris. Man, these people they just can't accept it.
Well, don't worry. Listen, since Trump won the popular vote, those that did not vote for him are in the minority. They're a cult. They've been calling us a cult. You can't be a cult and be the majority. A cult is the smaller group is the cult. They're a cult now, a cult of never Trumpers.
Yeah, that's for sure. These people, one of the guys says, well, I have to suffer. And I says, tell me what you have to suffer about. And no answer. They just, forget, we're not talking to you. So there's some people that they can't accept it, and they know, so what? So like you said, they're the minority, and our popularity is going to get bigger and bigger because Trump makes everything fantastic.
I love that last guy who says people aren't going to be able to get their hormone treatment. I'm getting my testosterone shot this morning when I get off the air. I'm getting a testosterone shot. And I'll be wearing my MAGA hat when I get it. Thank you very much. At Game Day Men's Health, across the hall here. So, no, none of these things are going to be. I'm sorry. Now, coming into the country illegally is going to be enforced. I'll give you that.
Man, yeah, this is... Without a doubt, that guy, I think, probably wants his hormones for free. And
yes, free. Yes, that's right.
You get for free.
I'll tell you what, though. This drag queen stuff going on in the military's got to stop. That's got to be illegal. When you, I don't even know if this is still the case, but it used to be. If it wasn't a regulation, it was a tradition. But I think it's a regulation that Marines aren't to smile when they're in uniform for photographs. And I know I've heard of guys like you can't even wear sunglasses in your dress uniforms and stuff. But you can wear a dress and everything else. There's certain behavior that people in the military have to abide by. I knew a guy that I went to school with. He got in trouble in the Navy. Got in trouble. Didn't get court-martialed or anything, but he got in trouble because he got such a bad sunburn on shore leave. He was in the infirmary. He got in trouble for getting a sunburn. So you want the military needs to be able. The reason that the Marines don't smile for photos is so they are scary, okay, to the enemy. If they're in evening gowns, they're not so scary.
Yeah, I said that just the other day to somebody. I said, when the guy gave me that guy, that general or whatever he is with the long hair, that one who looks like Liz Cheney.
Yeah.
That guy, because that's embarrassing.
It sure is.
How do we look through
Absolutely.
Terrible.
All right, I appreciate the call, Doug. I appreciate it. I want to tell you guys about Dr. Philip Appleton. Today's Friday, right? So tomorrow's Saturday. Walk-ins are welcome even on Saturdays with no appointments with Dr. Appleton because Dr. Appleton knows that when you're in pain, you need help, you need relief, you need it now. And, the thing with Dr. Appleton, I've been talking to you guys about this week because I didn't realize that this is how Dr. Appleton did it. When I went in for my left shoulder pain, it wasn't just my shoulder that was hurting. It was all around the shoulder, front, side, back, top, bottom, all the way down my arm. I was in massive pain. And Dr. Appleton gave me an examination, and he told me like that, the exact spot where the pain was coming from, where I was injured. And he focused his laser treatment right there on the point where the pain was coming from. I don't know how he knew. He's a good doctor. And boom, sure enough, I am completely pain-free now. It's amazing. Pain is not a part of growing old. You don't need to suffer any longer. If you're in pain, go see Dr. Philip Appleton. He'll do to you what he's done to me, rid you of your pain. His number is 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. All right, we'll go check in now with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Great, great. What do you have for us this morning?
Well, I happen to be at a family wedding this weekend over on the West Coast, up in the Clearwater area of Florida. And we had some of the family festivities yesterday and the wedding today, and it just reminded me of, first of all, just the importance of family, and reminded me, seeing all the generations together, and just how important it is to make sure that we have planning that corresponds with the situations that change, because there's going to always be changes in our family life, weddings and babies and people leaving us, and all kinds of things. So hopefully mostly joyous occasions, but planning is important for any of these occasions. And so attending this today is reminding me of the importance of family and friends, and
absolutely,
we have proper planning.
Yeah, Clearwater is one of the most beautiful parts of Florida, isn't it? It's beautiful there.
It's gorgeous here. We just saw a beautiful, just beautiful view this morning. As
oh yeah. Hulk Hogan lives in Clearwater. Yeah, the Hulkster. Yeah, the Hulkster. All right. Well, listen, Attorney Barry Siegel can help you at the Siegel Law Group, no matter where you are in Florida. And he's right. It's that time of year, right? Whether it's wedding, Thanksgiving, Christmas, the Jewish holidays. This is the time of year you get together with people you may not see all that often, maybe once a year or every 10 years, and there's a lot of new family members, and some people may not be married to who they were married before, and all of this, and you want to make sure that that everything is updated, right? So that everybody that's supposed to get their inheritance gets it, and people that are no longer part of the family don't get it. There's all kinds of things, and of course the Siegel Law Group will review your documents at no charge. Here's Barry's number, 855-FLA-3782, 855-FLA-3782, and online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk next week.
All right, have a great weekend. Thank you.
All right, we are back. Yeah, Clearwater is beautiful. I mean, have you ever been to Clearwater, Mike? Oh, my goodness. I like this part of Florida, but the West Coast on the Gulf is like what it used to be down here in the 70s and 80s before it got all built up. All right, back to our phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Omar from Chicago.
Hey, Chicago.
Hey, so your last two callers and some of the stuff you've been saying kind of scare me. I've laid low since the COVID thing, and through all this Trump stuff, I voted for Trump both times, and I was an anti-vaxxer during COVID. I think wrong. What scares me the most is just like everyone attacking everyone. Like, is this just another opportunity? Trump got through this time, and we knew he would, but these people who are against us, like Ryan in New York and everything like that, like, these people were raised as victims. It's in the fabric of their upbringing, and whoever's responsible for that, who's to say? But how I lost friends because of this whole thing.
Of what? You lost friends because of...
I lost friends because of...
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I do not have any liberal friends. Why do you think that is? Well, no. Why do you think I don't have liberal friends?
I know why.
Why? No, tell me why. Why do you think?
Because you can't bite your tongue?
No. people that are friends, you have things in common with. Okay, so someone who's a liberal thinks I'm a Nazi supporting Hitler. They support abortion on demand. You know, my wife and I have we've stopped being friends with people because of liberal position. If somebody is a liberal, how could you be friends with someone who thinks you're a Nazi supporting Hitler? You have nothing in common. There's nothing you have nothing in common to be friends about with.
Commonality, though, we've all been screwed at some point. Conservative, you know, and whether just to be able to seize on Trump's victory, I'm more scared about moving forward. You have genuine liberals in these northern states that are like truly think they're victims. They're 60, 40, 30-year-old people walking around thinking they're victims.
Well, I'll tell you what it is, okay? Let me tell you something, okay? That guy was the gay millennial with the pronouns, okay, from New York, okay? A lot of people that are liberals like to think that people hate them and disapprove of them. It's like it's part of their identity. And, you know, we don't care that you're gay. We don't care that you're transgender. I mean, we don't think you should be hitting girls in the head with soccer balls and causing brain damage or beating the girls up in the Olympic Games. But MAGA people, conservatives, don't care about any of this stuff. This isn't the 80s and the Christian Coalition with Pat Robertson. Okay, it's a when it comes to these social issues outside of abortion, the Trump Republican Party would be I guess liberal on a lot of these things, but their whole identity is that people disapprove of them and hate them, and that's really a sad way to be. It's like if people don't hate or disapprove of them, they don't feel whole. They want to be hated.
Would the red hat be such a part of your identity if it wasn't so hated?
Well, I don't always wear the red hat. You know, if I go and order food in a restaurant or, you know, I go to Starbucks, I take it off because I don't want to eat or drink phlegm, okay, or something worse. But, you know, I mean, is it part of my identity? I don't know. I don't go around in a costume and I'm just me. You know what I mean?
It's fair enough, but I just want to say you have a great platform. I love listening to you. I just think let's move forward. Like, how can we better reabsorb society and show that everyone's been brainwashed? And let's all.
Everyone has not been brainwashed. MAGA people are not brainwashed.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you think?
Over then. You know.
By who? Not by Trump.
By Trump, correct. By some form of the government in the last 20 years. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, George W. Bush, when he was president of the United States with Vice President Dick Cheney, lied to the American people about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and that's resulted in countless deaths that are still happening today. Absolutely. All right, appreciate the call. All right, take care. I don't know exactly where he was going with that. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Bill from Sanford, Florida.
Hey, Bill.
I did some research and looked into the fact that in state and federal cases where they're the plaintiff, the defendant can recover the attorney's fees if the case is considered frivolous or harassment. And I would love to see, you got Trump in all four cases, then you got the Georgia case with
Fannie
Powell and John Eastman. All these people had to pay all these attorney's fees. And I would like to see that, even though I don't consider it a day one priority. But there has to be some. And then on the flip side, to the.
You know, I agree with you. You know, Mayor Giuliani, who is an American war hero, he was the only member of the government that did not go into hiding on 9/11. He went to Ground Zero and took charge. And he's the Audie Murphy Sergeant York of September 11th. Okay. And look what they're doing. He showed up to vote the other day here in Florida, and he drove up in a convertible Mercedes. And what did the Democrats do? They say the judge ordered that seized. Why is he driving around in this car that he was supposed to turn in because of the judgment against him? You got a war hero, Mayor Giuliani, America's mayor. They're trying to take his damn car away from him. I mean, come on.
The guy that walked towards the building.
While people were jumping out of them, he was walking towards the buildings. Guys, listen, Robert De Niro's a scumbucket, but he did that documentary about 9/11 with the French film crew. Go after 9 o'clock. Go on YouTube and look that Robert De Niro 9/11 documentary up, and you'll see what I'm talking about with Mayor Giuliani. He's a great American hero. And when I compare him to Audie Murphy, I'm not exaggerating what he did on 9/11.
And, you know, on the flip side, when we do go after these criminals, that they'd be sued if they're public office, they'd be sued individually, so they know what it's like.
These lawfare people need to be held accountable. They are bad, corrupt cops. They're bad, corrupt cops. I'm sorry. That's what they are. I appreciate a bill from Sanford. Now, I want to talk to you about Joe Thomas. Oh, man. You know, if you're like me, I don't like the stock market. Those ups and downs, I don't like that. I just, that drives me nuts. And I know a lot of you have your investments in the market. They go up, they go down a lot. And that's not a way to, you worked hard for your money. And that's not the way to live. Call Joe Thomas. You know, Joe Thomas is offering free phone consultations no matter where you're located in America. And he'll talk to you about how you can immediately boost your retirement nest egg with no market risk to your money. You can boost your retirement savings, have tax-deferred growth, and guaranteed income for life. And there's many other great benefits. He specializes in guaranteed rates and income for life. Specializes in income for life with no market risk. Here's his number. Give him a call. 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999. That's 561-743-0999. If you missed the number, just get it off his website. It's easy to remember. JupiterJoe.com. That's JupiterJoe.com. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm Gail Thornberry, and I'm calling from Missouri, and I have a little more information for you.
All right, Gail.
Okay, this guy, I guess, is from the Irish Society.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Some kind of production that's going to come back to bite Letitia James in the butt.
Letitia James, yes.
Yeah, it's going to come back to bite her. I guess she was involved with some kind of a loan with the Irish Society.
Okay.
Named James Joyce or James Doyle. And it's on the New York Post about this.
Oh, okay.
It happened in 2017 and something to do with Maryland and a Georgia businessman.
Okay, I'll look into it. New York Post, I'll check it out, all right? Now listen, 2 hours are down, 1 hour to go. If you're on hold, hang in there. It is open phones, open Mega Mic Friday, which means on Open Mega Mic Friday, you can call in about any and everything on your mind, not just the topics that I bring up. Our number, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. This is the first Friday of the golden age of America with Donald Trump's reelection. It's amazing. It's really the miracle of Trump's reelection, because it's nothing short of a miracle. It's just something that we should all enjoy. Don't feel bad enjoying yourself today. All right, I'm Brian Craig, Steve Kane Show. Back after this. There's one opening on the board, guys.
As we go throughout the day, though, temperatures are going to reach as high as 84 degrees with partly cloudy conditions expected around 6 a.m. through the rest of the
Along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Heads up at Boca, 4 left lanes blocked with a crash.
I will be around on the weekend, guys. I'll be live streaming over the weekend, and I'll be taking calls from my home studio as well, so don't miss that. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe, guys.
Shop early and save big all month long during Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Get a free select tool when you buy a select battery or combo kit. Because Lowe's knows
Hey, Mike, do you have any
11/7
spots for
through
the
11/20.
last hour?
Selection varies by location while supplies last. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. It's showtime at PBKC. Get your tickets today for Paddock live shows, including Let It Be, Beatles Tribute Dinner Show this Friday night, November 8th. Plus, comedian Jimmy Fallon for 2 shows, November 15th and 16th, and Patty next, November 22nd. The Paddock is also your best bet for OTB action and football Sundays. For more information, go to ppkennelclub.com.
Coleman's and their free home security system and free doorbell camera with professional installation offer is here. Yep, finally some great news. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you can get a doorbell camera. The first 40 True Oldies listeners who call 833-283-5050 will get this limited time offer of a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your smartphone with installation of your Sloan Shield. And that's not all. Sloan's will give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're going to get an LED touchscreen pad, 10 contacts, backup battery, and service plan. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 True Oldies listeners to call 833-283-5050, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with installation of your Sloman Shield. Keep your family safe. Call 833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050.
Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire in Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road, because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
On the air since 1977. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Alrighty, there's only one opening on our board, and if I'm in a particularly good mood today, it's not just because the greatest president ever, Donald Trump, was reelected. I was talking in the first hour. Yesterday, Sunny Hostin from The View blocked me on X, and I feel very excited, like I've arrived. I am well known enough that the ladies on The View know me now, and I got blocked by Sunny Hostin. I was in shock at that means she knows who I am. So, wow, isn't that something? That's right, Sunny Hostin. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go to the phones. By the way, great calls today on this open phone, open Mag and Mike Friday. Who's been on the hold the longest? I'm not sure. I think it might be you. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. Hello? Once. Twice. I feel bad. They've been on hold for 30 minutes. So, all right. Well, you didn't make it. I tried. Okay, you're on the air. What? Yes, Brooklyn.
Yes. So I'm Sonny. Isn't that The View? I don't know why they call it that when they're all blind.
Yes, that's true.
I'll tell you one thing. Everything I'm seeing, I would truly say that Trump is a marketing genius.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think I've mentioned this before. He's able to sell a hat with lower quality and twice the price. And people.
Well, wait a minute. Give me an example of that. What is Trump sold that is not worth the value that he sold it? Could you be specific without any colorful metaphors? Give me a specific.
The hat you're wearing right now is of lower quality than the original one, right? And it's
No.
I used to have the original hat. It's way better than the new one.
No.
made in China.
No, it's made in America. It says so on the label inside. But what?
So it's just LA Headgear. They're the ones who make it.
Yeah. But when you say who cares that you know where hats are made? I'm excited. You're an expert. But what you said, it implies that what he is selling in general, so far as his agenda, is untruthful. So I want to know, what about his agenda do you find not truthful?
So you know how people tend to say that, Obama deported more illegals than Trump. Well, that's just proving that Democrats are stronger on border security than Republicans. And let's not forget that Trump has also pushed the gun ban, such as red flag laws occurring as well. Right?
No, what gun has Donald Trump banned?
He banned bump stocks.
Bump stocks is not a gun. A gun. No, that's that's an accessory. What gun did he ban? You said he's a gun banner. What gun did Trump ban?
Didn't they ban the AR-15?
No. I'm not talking about an accessory. The bump stock is an accessory to a weapon. What gun did Trump outlaw?
They had a certain grip on the AR.
A grip is not a gun. A grip is an accessory.
But it changed the.
So you can't think of one. So the answer is no. Excuse me. I didn't ask about accessories. You said he's a gun banner. I said name a gun he's banned, and you're talking to me about accessories.
Are the reason why people are losing their guns in America right now. People. Task force to go after these people.
No, excuse me. Red flag laws, whether people agree with them or not, they can be misused and also used properly to keep a gun out of the hand of a mental patient like you, who's obviously has anger issues, as you're raising your voice to me when you're challenged.
That's actually you raising your voice, and
No, I'm not raising my voice. I have a microphone, but you started raising your voice when you were pressed. You've got some anger issues.
You don't know what you're talking about, and you're saying that gun bans are good.
I did not say gun bans are good. I think mental patients should not have access to guns, like Nicholas Cruz, the Parkland shooter.
Determines. No. We're not talking about school shooters. We're talking about.
No, but before, excuse me, I met Nicholas Cruz once before the Parkland shooting because I live in that area. Okay, I ran into him at the Wawa. He was scary as hell. I knew he was crazy, and everybody around him knew he was crazy. Yet he was allowed to. Well, I didn't know him personally. I was getting coffee at Wawa, and he was ordering a sub. So I did, and he was wearing pajamas. Okay, and it was, So excuse me, I wasn't at a gun store. I didn't know he was a gun owner, and he wasn't the Parkland shooter yet. But everybody around him, everyone around Nicholas Cruz knew he was a mental patient. In fact. One of the girls that was a student there, she ran into him after the shooting, and she says, "I'm shocked that you're here. I thought this would have been you." So everyone knew he was a mental patient, yet he was allowed to purchase guns. No one stopped him. So mental patients should not be able to purchase guns. That is not being. Should blind people be able to get driver's licenses and drive cars?
But you didn't answer my question.
No, I answered your question. Should blind people, should blind people be able to drive cars?
No, we're talking about.
No, I'm the host of the show. I decide what we're talking about, okay? I'm sorry. Here's my question. Should blind people be permitted to drive cars on highways?
Should blind people, we're not talking about.
Yes, we're talking about, listen, we're talking about whatever the hell I decide we're talking. Oh, now I know why you don't like. Now I know why you don't like red flag laws. You burst into rage. You get into a rage when you're questioned. No, I'm not. Mental illness and blindness are disabilities. Blindness and mental illness are disabilities. So. If someone's blind...
You are for gun restriction.
No, I'm for nutcases that have anger management issues and mental patients not having guns.
Everyone.
No, not no, they should not.
Second Amendment.
Should convicted felons have the right to own a gun?
If it's nonviolent, sure.
Oh, no. In my opinion, no convicted felon should be able to own a gun.
Criminals shouldn't have guns?
If they're a felon, no.
But these are nonviolent crimes. I mean, wasn't your
everyone before they shoot someone was nonviolent. Convicted felons should not own guns, violent or nonviolent, in my opinion.
Shooter, you met.
Well, he wasn't a school shooter when I met him. He was just some nutcase at Wawa.
Yeah. Dude, I met a guy who brought a gun to school one day, and he was ready to shoot guys that I was being bullied by. But I just told him, hey, there's consequences to that. And I was a kid at the time.
Whatever. I'm going to call BS on that. I'm going to call... How am I supposed to know a guy at the gas station is going to be a school shooter in a year? How the hell was I supposed to know that?
You felt that there was something off about this guy. Maybe you prayed for him. Maybe you talked to him. You didn't want to. You were afraid of him. You said it yourself.
Yeah, he was staring at me. He was scary. He was wearing pajamas, and he was scary.
You're a MAGA patriot. Show some balls and go talk to that guy.
Oh, I'm supposed to do therapy at strangers at the gas station? Are you out of your mind?
And I survived 9/11, and I don't make myself...
What do you mean you survived 9/11? Were you in the Trade Tower?
I live in New York City.
Oh, you live in New York City! Oh, my goodness. That's like saying to me, that's like me saying I'm a survivor of the Parkland shooting because I live nearby, I drove by there every day, and I once bumped into Nicholas Cruz at Wawa. I survived! What a typical millennial. Are you millennial? You're millennial, Mike. No offense to Mike, but millennials, you are so self-centered. You think you survived 9/11? You think you survived 9/11? How many times have you told that to people?
Around the country talking about the Parkland shooters, saying that they survived that even though they weren't even in the same school. Dude, we were in the same city.
The same city? That's like saying if somebody gets raped down the street, I survived a rapist. You did not survive 9/11. You're just an arrogant person who's very full of themselves, like most millennials. Now, I understand when you look up at the sky, the sun's right over your head, so that might give you reason to believe that the world and the galaxy and the stars revolve around you, but you were not, you did not survive 9/11.
You believe you can vote out tyranny? Is that what you believe?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're one of these people that thinks you can vote for freedom.
Oh, now you want to change the subject. Let me ask you, when's the last time you told someone you survived 9/11?
When we were at the Parkland shooting, what was it, March for Life? Those kids were saying that they...
You said... Yeah, and some of them were a block away. They weren't in the building. Yeah.
Trying to teach these kids that you're against gun violence, but yet you'll buy Call of Duty. We were trying to help these kids understand that you didn't go...
Call of Duty is a video game. It's not real.
I know that. I'm a millennial. I know more about Call of Duty than you probably, dude.
You're a millennial? No, I don't, I know about Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man. I don't have time for games. I'm a grown-up.
You're playing a game right now. It's called...
This is what I do for a living. Let me ask you a serious question, then I got to run. I got to run for a break. I got to run for a break, but I want to ask you this question. Do you really consider yourself a 9/11 survivor, or are you just joking with me?
Dude, I was here in the city when it happened.
So what? You were not the target.
Well,
you could see the buildings crumble. Were you in the Trade Tower?
Do you know how many people suffered in that area? Just that area alone? Do you know how much...
How are you suffering from... millennials are really... You're so pathetic to have let me tell you why.
Pathetic about 9/11.
No, I'm saying something pathetic about you. About you.
Went to Florida, or you're from the Northeast, you went to Florida because you couldn't handle it. You guys act like you're tough and everything, but you go to...
Yeah. Listen. Let me tell you what you are guilty of is stolen valor. You are
Valor.
Yes. You go around telling people you are a 9/11 survivor because you were in the city of New York. You told me. Talking to thousands of people. You're talking to 100,000 people. No, you're weak.
Millennials are weak.
You're weak.
Through 9/11 and went to school.
Went through 9/11? You didn't go through squat.
Dude, you have no idea where I'm from. The city that it happened in. You're not. Where are you from?
I'm in Florida. I was in Florida on 9/11.
Yes, you were in Florida.
I was in as much danger as you on 9/11, and I'm in Florida.
No.
Yes.
Not in the area that you're not.
New York. You were in the city of New York, and you think you survived 9/11. You are committing stolen valor. This is stolen valor.
People drop to their deaths, plummeting to their deaths. You didn't see that at 10 years old. What did you deal with at 10 years old? You don't know what you're talking about. What are you shooting? Nixon being...
No, see, I don't grab on to other people's experiences and turn them into my own. I actually live life. You are disgusting. You are disgusting to me. You are disgusting to me.
9/11 people that...
No, you're not a 9/11 survivor. You are not a 9/11 survivor. People have suffered. The firefighters that were killed, the people that jumped out of the building, Beamer and the heroes of Flight 93. But you are not a 9/11 survivor.
That died there.
Oh, now the story. Now the story is getting a little more detailed. Where was your family?
I had an uncle that actually worked in the building. He worked as a DJ, kind of like what you're doing here.
Yeah.
That's the radio talk show host.
Yeah, and he died on that day. Well, did he die in the? Well, I'm sorry for your uncle, but you are not a 9/11 survivor. That's like me saying I got an uncle who died in World War II. Am I a World War II veteran? I got an uncle that died in World War II. Am I a World War II veteran?
You could get the benefits that a World War II veteran has.
Because an uncle died in the... Come on. Also, it's about benefits. You've gotten 9/11 survivor benefits? You? For an uncle?
If people have...
By the way, what was your uncle's name that died in the World Trade Center? Joey Blue. B-L-U-E? You believe? It's your uncle. You don't know his... Get off the phone. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Typical millennial. His voice is a little deep for a millennial, I must say. They're usually a little more effeminate than that. All right, we'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
Doesn't know his uncle's name.
Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now.
Joey Blue's a current guy. Wait a second.
Are back on the radio right after 10 a.m. this morning. Check it out on South Florida's True Oldies channel.
Give me a break. He just happens to be related to a celebrity. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. Survived too many beers? Yes, exactly. Stolen valor. I'm calling stolen valor. What do you guys think? Stolen valor? I don't know about that, Slick Pickle.
Call Dr. Appleton right now and say bye-bye to your pain too. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com.
I can always tell a millennial because they're so self-centered. You know? So, millennials are so self-centered. You can tell them a mile away. How many times have you heard me ask someone if they're millennial and they've said no? Right? I've got millennial R. Like, you know. Jeez. I thought I was being punked at first by that guy.
Medicare recipients, listen up. Open enrollment is the only time of year you can make changes to your existing Medicare plan. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors. No matter where you're located in the state of Florida, for expert help this open enrollment period. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. That's 954-753-8080. Now, back to the Steve Kane Show. Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM. The Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM. Hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM. Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM. And anywhere in the world at True Oldies.
All right, 23 minutes after the hour. Oh, by the way, huge. The Christmas specials have just this morning opened up at MyPillow.com with our promo code Kane. The flannel sheets, is a huge discount on the flannel sheets. My wife and I have 2 sets of the MyPillow flannel sheets. They are spectacular. They are so soft, so cozy, so comfortable. I love the flannel sheets. You feel perfect in bed with the flannel sheets from MyPillow. They come in many different colors. There's also some that have patterns and designs on them. Great deal with our promo code Kane at checkout. They also make great Christmas gifts, and they'll keep you warm and toasty all winter long. And also free shipping on all orders over $75. Go to MyPillow.com. Use our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane. All right, every line is lit. Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Russell.
Hey, Russell.
From New Jersey.
All right, Russell in New Jersey. What's on your mind?
I had 3 strokes. I can't talk.
That's okay. Biden's had 3 strokes, and he's running the country. You should be able to handle conversation with me.
Okay. What's the president?
A little stroke humor. What?
What's the president's name before Trump?
Barack Hussein Obama.
He born in Hawaii, right?
Barack Obama does say that he was born in Hawaii. Yes.
Half and half.
Okay, so what's your point?
He's had 3 strokes.
That's okay.
Black, 50%, white, 50%.
Correct. His mother is white, is a girl from Kansas, like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. And his dad, who was never legally married to his mother because he was married to a woman in Africa, was from Africa.
Okay.
Okay, so why'd you call about that?
Yeah, just I haven't for 10 years.
Yeah.
Strokes. So I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. You're doing fine. I'm not going to give a hard time to a guy that's had 3 strokes. If you only had 2 strokes, I'd be all over you. But 3, I'm not going to give you the treatment.
Okay.
My stroke humor is not going over too well. I'm trying. Hey, listen, I appreciate the call, man. God bless you. All right, he's trying. He's trying. I made 2 stroke jokes. He didn't laugh at either of them. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Louise, the mask lady.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Louise?
Okay, well, I was at my senior center, 2 things actually, and they're trying to discuss why Pamela lost. And they're mentioning, well, she was on The View and she shouldn't have said this, or she was on the other show and shouldn't have said that. I said, you're talking about these piddly things. I said, the man won in a landslide.
That's right.
Could you believe? But anyway, besides that, I wish you would get Greg 2 back.
Greg 2's banned.
He didn't do anything prior, did he?
He knowingly got himself banned on purpose. He did something. I said to him, there's one prohibition so far as calling. What is it? He told me what it was, and he knowingly did it. No, there's rules. There's rules. The show will go on. Well, no, I dumped what he said. The show will go on.
But can't you forgive him? I mean, everybody deserves a second chance.
No. He did the one thing that is forbidden.
All right, but we didn't even hear it. So what's
So what? It's a big deal. It's a big deal what he did.
More forgiving. I'm more forgiving.
Well, it's easier for you to be forgiving. You don't have anything invested in it.
Okay, if we heard it, it would be one thing, but we didn't hear anything.
Let me tell you, Louise, this is the longest running radio show in the state of Florida, the Steve Kane Show. On the radio since 1977, soon to be 48 years on the radio. There have been chronic liberal callers that have come and gone over the years. Some of them much. Anybody remember Blind Mike? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, exactly. Blind Mike you don't even remember. He's a great caller. There was the Black Phantom. Hey, guys, the Black Phantom. How about Copa Rick? Drunk Greg. How about Angry Doug? Callers come and go. The show will go on.
Well, I just felt that.
By the way, Blind Mike, that is not an authorization for you to call back, okay, if you're still alive. Listening on your Braille radio.
All right. Well, I had to tell you, and the senior center was quite empty. So they said, why is it so empty? I said, well, they must be in mourning.
Yes, that's true. That's true. All right, Louise. All right. Louise likes every caller that doesn't like me. So that's if there's a caller that doesn't like me, she bonds with them. All right. I'll take another call, then we'll break. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jessica, how you doing, Brian? Good morning. Friday.
Yes, thank you.
Listen, when you hear these callers, like the guy from New Jersey and the guy that you just spoke to, that said that he was a 9/11 survivor, when you hear those callers, you have to remember that Trump won, that logic won, common sense won, even the international community won, because the world woke up a little bit safer after November 5th. And why do I say that? Because Putin, the guy from Russia, in less than 24 hours said that he will be willing to sit down with President-elect Trump to end the war with Ukraine.
Yeah, that's right.
Less than 24 hours said that they will be willing to sit down and talk to President.
See, President Trump is not officially the president yet, so he can't get involved in foreign policy negotiations. That would be illegal. So he hasn't had the summit meeting yet, but I'll tell you this, Zelensky, the money won't be flowing for much longer, okay? And you know what? Elon Musk with the Office of Government Accountability is going to look into where you've been spending that money, Zelensky.
Yes, they will have to report where all that money went. But even though that he's not even having these conversations with the world leaders? I mean, the world leaders have reportedly said that they are willing to sit down and talk to him. Please tell me if that's not bringing up solutions to the table.
That's right. That's right.
You know, but you know what, Brian? These people don't know that because all they watch is CBS and CNN and all these, you know, leftist, liberal, you know, TV stations where they don't report these things.
But you know, if you listen to all the anti-Trump people that have called today, they've all been mental patients, haven't they? I mean, have any of them been normal?
No, not at all. I mean, they sound like they're living this alternative world that I don't belong. I don't belong in that. I don't have any resemblance to any of these colors. And this is why Trump won. Because people with sanity, with common sense, you know, look at all these individuals and say, why are they talking about?
You know, and they're talking about the male vote. You know, I was watching this show. It's on Paramount Plus. It's called Lioness. It's kind of like it's about the CIA, and all the soldiers are women. And the woman soldier, she goes home, and her husband, I was talking to my wife about this. I've said Hollywood is so feminized men, okay? She goes home from work during the day, and her husband is taking a hot bath. First off, men don't bathe like in bathtubs. We take showers, and we don't sit around in a bathtub all day. But they feminized men, tried to make women the men, and they wonder why the men didn't vote for Kamala. It's because they're tired of being turned into girls.
Exactly. And speaking about that, the black Americans, you know, they supported Trump 23%. Yeah, it's a little low, but it's higher than 20%.
Why do you think Sunny Hostin on The View blocked me on Twitter, on X? I mean, I'm shocked that I wonder if she's listening. Sunny, I'll leave a line open, Sunny Hostin. Why'd you block me on X? You don't like white guys? What's up with that?
She blocked you because she doesn't want to accept the fact that black men did support Trump. Latino men did support Trump, and Latino women did support Trump, something that she wants to hide. You know, I mean, I understand that the percentage was higher for Pamela, but guess what? These people have to be desensitized by...
Yes. Hey, listen, I gotta run for the break, but I appreciate the call, all right? We'll be right back.
It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Sure, you've been noticing it too, but I keep seeing an unknown caller come up and then they hang up.
That is that guy that's like, talks funny, the cartoon voice.
Yep. I figured that would have been him.
I'm not taking his call every day. There's no freaking way.
That I get. I thought it was, because I know, doesn't I think Jay do the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I know it's one of the three that I usually would do it, but they haven't called, so I know it has to be that man.
Oh, let me pull that. I want to play that audio of Trump's lawyer again on Letitia. When we get back.
Turnpike southbound approaching PG crossing heavy delays. 4 left lanes still blocking with a crossing open 95 north approaching Congress Avenue. You're solid from Palmetto Park Road. This traffic update is sponsored by Lowe's. Only at Lowe's, MVP Pro Rewards members can get a discount on eligible orders.
Which one?
9/11 survivor.
Oh, the 9/11 survivor. Give me a break.
I'm from New York. I mean, I moved down here.
Oh, you were in New York on 9/11?
My dad was.
Where,
He moved down here.
Another 9/11 survivor.
Apparently, I wonder how my dad feels about that.
Exactly.
Lord.
What an asshole. I mean, to pass yourself off as a 9/11 survivor.
And he was 10, he said.
10.
So imagine you being 10 looking at... So, I mean, I was 5 and we watched it from TV. Everyone watched it from TV. Are they
Yeah, exactly.
because they watched it?
I survived the Challenger explosion. It was in Florida. I saw it. I'm in Florida. It was in Florida. I survived the Challenger explosion.
My condolences.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
How will you ever recover?
I know. I mean, I was in high school. It was very traumatic. Being in Florida when the Challenger blew up. Yeah, that's right. They don't have any schools after me, just Kristen McAuliffe.
Or, even simpler, you can go
She.
to JupiterJoe.com. Mention my name, John Tesh. You'll receive a free copy of Joe's book.
Oh, my goodness.
Know it all. Great book. Call 561-743-0999 or remember.
Oh, by the way, made in the USA, Trump's hats. Okay, made in the USA. Made in the USA.
Roofing and building
Guys.
restoration. I am pleased to say our relationship with the Steve Kane Show and the show's listeners keeps getting stronger.
Yeah, I was 16, so I was in ninth grade. I remember it very well.
They are courteous, intelligent, honest, and quite enjoyable. We have completed thousands of projects for the listeners from repair.
You were in New York 3 months prior. Oh boy, you just escaped.
And churches
Oh.
with great success, and every one of those customers are like family. We have installed
Liberals always try to attach some identity to themselves.
tile, standing metal seam, slate tile, and flat roof systems. So come on and let our family take care of your family. Call me on my cell at 954-604-4602 or find us on the web at laportacontracting.com. The number again is 954-604-4602.
When you need lab work, don't waste hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to any lab test now in Boca and any lab test now at Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere.
I'm going to play this clip of Trump's lawyer, Mike Davis, with Benny Johnson when we get back. I played it in the first hour, but I got to play it again. This is the best.
Drug testing and STD testing. Take control of your health
Just the
care.
best.
Any lab test now at Boca and any lab test now at Coral Springs. There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to any lab test now at Boca and any lab test now at Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
The Greater South Florida Chamber of Commerce has fantastic free-to-attend events all year long. Join us for their next great expo in your area.
Coming up, their Military Appreciation Veterans Day Home Show and Expo, November 9th and 10th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Boynton Beach Mall, 801 North Congress Ave in Boynton Beach. It's their 14th annual Military Appreciation Veterans Day Weekend Home Show and Business Expo. We'll see you there.
Learn more and see a full list of events at GreaterSouthFloridaChamber.com.
Brian Craig here. Our 6th annual cruise is coming up, and you're all invited. This time, you're sailing for 7 nights on Celebrity Cruise Line's newest ship, the Ascent to Puerto Plata.
Yeah, Benny Johnson's a Florida guy, too. He's up in the Tampa area.
Private shore excursions, private cocktail
I'm not a big fan of that area. I like this part of Florida myself, but
and much, much more. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot right now. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Or online at cruisingdepot.com to make your reservation and lock in our private group rate. Nothing comes close to Celebrity Cruises.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian.
all right, we have a full board of calls. Before we go back to the calls, though, I played this clip in the first hour. I want to play it again because it's so good. You know, Friday's open phone. If you're new to the show, Friday's open phones, Open Mag and Mike Friday. We leave the show prep up to our listeners, and the callers can call in about whatever they want. The other 4 days, kind of set the agenda, and you got to call in about what we're talking about. So on Fridays, the show preps up to you guys. I told you guys 3.5 years ago, almost 4, that we are going to be so grateful that Trump has 2 non-consecutive terms, because when he comes back in his second, this was 3.5 years ago I was saying this, guys. When he comes back in his second non-consecutive term, he's going to have a mandate. It's not going to be like this. You're going to find that it is better for him to have his 2 terms with the pause in between. And during the last 4 years, President Trump has put together the dream team. And one of his attorneys, Mike Davis, who is, I love this guy. He's on the list to be Attorney General. I don't know. I'll support whoever Trump supports. But I like this Mike Davis guy. So Mike Davis, he's being interviewed by Benny Johnson yesterday. And they're talking about the corrupt Attorney General of New York State, Letitia James, who's talking about going after Trump still. Listen to this. Trump's attorney on the Attorney General's short list talking about Letitia James.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York...
by the way, Big Tish James is... that is... I love that. Big Tish. Emphasis on the SH. Big Tish James.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term. Because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights, and I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people.
There you go. I mean, I'm going to support whoever President Trump makes Attorney General, but I like that guy. I like that guy. Do they call her Big Tish over at Mar-a-Lago? I don't know. This is spectacular. All right, back to the phones. Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Steve from Sunrise.
Hey, Steve in Sunrise. What's up?
Not much. Hey, I've got a question for you. Well, number one, I'm a survivor, too. That stupidity of that one guy from New York.
Oh, yes.
A spectator. He was a bystander, and I blame his parents for not covering his eyes when people were jumping out of that building at 10 years old.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, his parents let him watch that? My goodness. I wasn't... I had to turn away from the TV.
Yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like you said self-centered, you hit it on the head. My question to you is, do you think you're going to see a drastic change in how the media reports the news? Do you think they're going to need more accurate?
Yes.
Sick and tired. I mean, I witnessed it, and a lot of these people, and I can't understand why they don't do this. I watch what Trump says live. Then I go to CNN 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, when people get in the editing room and start cutting it and doing what they do. And, for example, 9 rifles to Liz Cheney.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
No, yeah.
What bothers me is that some of these people, some of your callers, don't do the research. They just don't take the time to say, let me go look at that for myself.
They don't want to know. They just want to hate. Here, yes, the media will change, and I'll tell you why. What ABC News did during that debate, having Kamala's sorority sister, literally her sorority sister, up there with David Muir, that's inappropriate. To have a sorority sister is like having your own sister. Especially when you're from the same black sorority. If she even cared to ask her a tough question, she'd have been done in that sorority. David Muir, they gave her the questions in advance. This leaked out from a whistleblower at ABC News. That is illegal, okay? When you're a broadcast, same with 60 Minutes. When you're a broadcast network, okay? I had a friend of mine, I don't want to say who, but this is a well-known person. A friend of mine called me up last week. They wanted to come on the show. They wanted to have a candidate on. Can't do it. We got equal time. Okay, there's rules. Okay, that ABC News and CBS with 60 Minutes are broadcast networks licensed by the FCC. Those are campaign finance violations, pretty hardcore ones. I don't know if they're felonies or not, but what they did was criminal. Both of them. What they did, and I'm not saying morally, I'm talking about legally. And they're going to and what's going to happen is Trump's going to go after them, rightly so, and that's going to set the stage that the days of the Wild West are over with the media being irresponsible.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it seems like at a whim, if they don't like you, they can ruin your life. And I don't care who you are, they just report some bad news. And then you got half the country that don't educate themselves on what they just heard. And then they run away believing it. So what I'm saying is on a level of, defamation of character, something as simple as that, are they going to be liable for that?
I don't know. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to do that with a public figure. There's some. I mean, but they're out there calling him a rapist. I think there might be some liability with that. I mean, that's pretty hardcore.
Your platform. Listen, that's why I started listening. I told you a friend of mine turned me on to your show about a year ago. This is basically where I listen to my drive home, going into work. And you guys are spot on. The other day, the guy told you you've been spot on since the whole thing began, and he was right. You have hit everything that you said.
I appreciate that. It's been a long 4 years, but we did. Let me give an example of the media. Trump took a picture with Stormy Daniels. They created this whole narrative that they had sex because they're in a picture. So I was at one of our sponsors yesterday. When I got off the air at a meeting at one of our sponsors, there was a lady listener there. I took a picture with her. Does that mean I had sex with her? I mean, but that's what they did. That's what they did. But, I mean, come on.
You can look at a picture and put any narrative you want to if you're imaginative.
I mean, if you're, well, thank you. I appreciate the call. Okay, take care. Oh, it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how are the metals ending the week?
Metals are going to end on a lower level, giving us still a buying opportunity. But yesterday we saw the support of 2642 come in as it hit that low and hold very well, trading all the way up to $2,711 after it hit that number. And closing out the day at $2,706.10 the ounce. That was up $47.10 for gold. Silver gained 85 cents back and closed at $31.98. Platinum was up $9 at $9.94, and palladium was down $9 at $1,010. Overnight, we saw gold trade in a range of $2,680 to $2,711 the ounce. And right now, we're down $12.60 at $26.9350. Silver down 33 cents at $31.65 the ounce. Platinum down $16 at $9.78, and palladium down $20 at $9.90. So markets are stable and moving sideways to and doing just what they need to do to build some support down at these levels. Because certainly we ran up pretty good this year, hitting a high of $2,795 for gold. So we certainly have a little work to do to alleviate the overbought situation that we had, and that's exactly what we're doing, and that's giving us a great buying opportunity.
Absolutely. And remember, at William Youngerman, a couple of things at William Youngerman's. One, all the metals are available for immediate delivery, but one thing you offer, you buy back anything that you sell. Can you talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, we make a strong two-way market in all of the rare coins, precious metals that we deal in. So anything you buy from us, we guarantee to buy it back at whatever the market is at the time. So that makes it an easy thing. A lot of people ask, well, I know you sell the metals, but where do I go to sell them when I'm ready to sell? I said, you bring them right back here and get immediate cash. Walk out the door. When you're buying, you walk out the door with the metal, and when you're selling, you walk out the door with cash.
That's right. So William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. His address in Boca is 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. You can give him a call, toll-free, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010, and online, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk on Monday.
Okay, have a great day.
All right, there's one opening on the board. Earlier, I got a call from this one guy. He was concerned that Trump was going to make it so that his transgendered friends couldn't get their hormones. Remember that? I want to tell you guys, when I get off the air today, I got a busy day today. First, I'm going to go across the hall and get, to Game Day Men's Health, right across the hall from the radio station, and I'm going to get my testosterone treatment today. And I know, it's very exciting. And I guess it's been a little more than 2 months now since I started my testosterone treatment. Have you guys not noticed an improvement in me in the last couple of months? I know you have. You know, I wasn't feeling well. I had very low energy. I was having a lot of anxiety. I couldn't figure it out. I was having a hard time even with memory on the air sometimes, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I went across the hall to Game Day Men's Health. They tested my testosterone just like they'll do with you while I was there in the office. Got the results back right away while I was there. My testosterone was very, very low. I mean, really low. But now, I went in a couple weeks ago. They tested my testosterone again since I started the treatment. I have the testosterone level of a 20-year-old now. Isn't that something? And I know that you all just listening to me or watching me on YouTube, you can tell the difference, can't you? That's right, you can. It's really changed my life, and I feel great. Listen, give them a call. The number is 561-355-5341. Hey, listen, low testosterone is just a part of growing older. We all have our testosterone reduced naturally as we grow older. That's why you're tired. You have anxiety. You can't get an erection. You can't maintain an erection. You lose your sex drive. You get the belly fat. You know, and you can't lose it. It's all because of low testosterone. My wife tells me that she's like, this is Brian 15, 20 years ago. This December will be my wife and I's 28th wedding anniversary. So we've been married a long time. But she's like, this is you 15, 20 years ago. Get your life back too, all right? 561-355-5341. 561-355-5341. For Game Day Men's Health. Make sure you tell them I sent you in. All right, let's go to the phones. Great calls today. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Yes.
Oh, good morning. This is Joan from Tampa Bay. How you doing?
Hey, Joan, what's up?
Well, a question and a statement, okay? When Elon gets in to take out all this pork fat,
yes,
I hope he hits those 87,000 IRS agents.
Yeah. Oh, well, that will not happen. That'll be over.
Okay. Now, I also told you years ago I was a young Democrat. And I do have an ex-husband who is Democrat, and his sister was a big shot in D.C., and she headed a department, and she said every year she would redo everything in the department, and which made our deficit go up.
You know, I've heard people talk about. What happens is this: the government agencies, they got a budget. When they get close to the end of the fiscal year, if they have not spent all the money, their budget next year is shorter. So they redecorate all the offices and do stuff like that. They blow the money because they got to spend it. That's exactly right.
But it's not true and correct.
That's right.
To save the taxpayers' money, that's our money.
Yes.
That's not their money. What did they produce?
Yeah, that's right. No, you're right, Joan. No, you're right on the money. You know, Elon Musk, I hope that they first look into the Ukraine spending. I would like to see an audit of all the Ukraine funding. All right, Joan, take care. Thanks for the call. All right, let's go. I'm going to try to get through as many of these as I can in the next 5 minutes. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Bruce from Lake Worth. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Lake Worth?
Hey, I want to make a point to the New York survivor.
Oh, yes.
The comment about, he made the comment about Barack Obama deporting more people than Trump. And this is how Democrats bluff the numbers so that they can prop up their losers. all the people that were just only turned away at the border, they considered those as
correct
Asians.
Yes.
All those, I mean, so if he turned away 1 million people at the border, they counted those as 1 million deportations, and that's why his numbers are considered higher than anybody.
Yes. Yes.
Number propped up by phony people for a phony president.
Yeah, by a stolen valor caller. How pathetic. How pathetic.
You know, I almost want, you know, like I work a couple of miles from Parkland, and I almost wanted to say something like really horrible and
Yeah, exactly. How long have you lived in Florida?
23 years.
23 years. You know, I remember when the Challenger exploded. I was during the break. I was talking about this during the commercial break. Right, when the Challenger exploded, right off of Cape Kennedy, I was here in Florida. Am I a Challenger survivor? Did I survive the shuttle Challenger explosion? No schools named after me like Krista McAuliffe. You know what's pathetic about that guy? He goes through life telling. I bet you if that guy has I bet you that guy, if he has a Tinder profile, it says he's a 9/11 survivor on it.
He throws his chest out. I'm a survivor of 9/11.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely pathetic.
Disgusting. That is textbook stolen valor.
Absolutely.
All right, take care, man. Thank you for your call. Absolutely. It's like that guy that claimed to be a Vietnam veteran. Who's the senator that said he was a Vietnam veteran and he wasn't there? Then he came up with this Vietnam era veteran. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Lee from Boynton?
Hey, Boynton.
Hey, so I was going to say about that guy who said he was a survivor. You know, it's like when 9/11 happened, it's just like when JFK was assassinated. If you saw that and were around for that, you'll remember it for the rest of your life. And my husband and I that day were watching Katie Couric, and there was an author going to be on. So she's talking and doing all this stuff, and there was a big window behind her that you could see out with.
Yeah.
And everything, and we're watching, and we saw the first plane hit the building, and we saw it, and we were like, oh my God, a plane just hit the building, oh my God, you know, and so she's going, but she didn't see it, you know, and then her girlfriend called her, and they made her take the phone call, and when she took the phone call, she was like, what? And so she turns around, and she sees that the plane is in the building, and then the next plane hit. And so the whole audience that was watching the show that day saw those planes hit those.
Well, then you're a survivor too, based on what that guy said. I must say. All right, we're almost out of time for the day, guys. I'm trying. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Hey, Brian. 10 seconds. All right.
The survivor caller, I must admit, it's difficult to sit and listen to this guy saying Democratic administration tough on Republicans. He is aware that 20 million people have just poured into this country illegally under a Democratic administration.
Yeah.
Another 5,000 ready to come in behind that.
Yeah.
You talk about being ill-informed. I don't know. That was.
It was pathetic. Well, that's how he picks up girls if he's into that kind of thing. You know. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Holy crap, man! IB. Wow. Oh man, what do I even?
Nice language, IB. No, I'm not ending the show with that. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm from Chicago.
Hey, Chicago. 10 seconds, Chicago.
Hey man, I'm just saying I'm a progressive. I voted for Kamala, but I was that we could talk and have an agreement on common ground, and we could bring the country together.
Yeah, we have. The majority of the country voted for Trump. He brought the country together. You just chose not to go along with it. Talk to you next time. All right, we're out of time for the week. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll see you Monday morning at 6 a.m. All right, guys, I got to run. I got a very busy morning. Thanks for watching. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. All right, guys? Take care.